What's up, everyone? Welcome to the super early WWE Smackdown Watchalong. It's your girl, Denise. I am running a little late, so we are still a minute away from SmackDown actually starting. Thank you so much to everybody who's here. I legitimately don't know what the turnout is going to be like for today, considering that we are watching SmackDown at a different time than we normally do. However, let me get the stream going. Sorry, guys, I was not prepared just yet. Let me see. March 14th happening now. Here we go. Made it just on time for SmackDown. Let's see. Thank you to everybody who having some patience with me. Oops, that's not what I need to do. All right. Let me see. You guys should be hearing the audio here shortly. If you guys can hear it, let me know if that sounds all right for everybody. And if it does, let me know in the chat. And then also, I just need to promote my stream really quickly because I forgot to promote it. I'm running late today. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Share. Copy. All right. Here we go. Okay, everyone's saying audio sounds good. Perfect. So we are good to go.
Forever.
Oh no, it's glitching. Oh, okay. But I'm just tweeting really quick.
The road to WrestleMania has taken an exciting international detour.
All right, we're here. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. I always have a lot of stuff to do on the back end, like getting the second video file going, getting the stream going, making sure to like share it out on social media. And oh my gosh, so they are in Barcelona, Spain, and this. They're already singing and there's so much energy. Oh my God, there is so much energy in this building. It looks so nice. Look at how many people there are. Wow. ATW, for those of you who are tuning in are like, what the F, what do you mean SmackDown is on right now? Well, if you want to watch SmackDown live and you are based in the United States, you do have to have a VPN and you can do so on Netflix. So if you have a VPN, you can change your location and go over to Netflix and you can watch live. If you are based in the United States and do not have those things, you will have to wait until your normal broadcast hour for SmackDown because it will not be on the air right now. So I just want to make sure you guys know that because I know there is some confusion in regards to how to watch SmackDown. Oh, guys, there's Randy. Wow, what a huge reaction. Oh, my God. Like a huge reaction for Randy. And he hasn't even came out yet. Like, he's just shown in the background. Yeah, so for those of you wondering, like, Braden Ramble here, so we can watch it like you could watch it like normal. So if you don't want any spoilers or anything like that, then I wouldn't be on the stream. Today, I would wait until your normal broadcasting hour like you normally watch SmackDown. But if you want to watch live, there's Paul. If you want to watch live, you can watch with a VPN on Netflix. So I hope this helps. I'm sorry if there's any confusion for people, but I really want to make sure I clarify that before we get everything started because a lot of people don't seem to know about this. So I'm sensing a lot of confusion. For quite a few people. So I want to make sure everybody knows. Because like even Robin, my co-host, they're kicking off with LA Knight. Even Robin, my co-host, he had no idea. And so he's going to try to see if he can make it today for the post show. And if not, then I'm just going to basically do it on my own. But yeah, he also had no idea. So I know that a lot of people might be a little thrown off by this. Also, Sheldon Jackson, thank you so much for gifting 5 DWO memberships. You the man, Sheldon. You the man. Let me see what else we have here. Let me catch up with everybody, give some shout outs. Let me make sure to give some shout outs to everybody. Let's see who's in here. Blow up the chat, guys. If you're in here, blow up the chat so I can shout you out. We got Raphael Smith in the building. We got Charles Pretzel. Thank you so much for watching my WWE 2K25 video. It's so funny because I was almost not going to post that video and I can't believe that I cannot believe that the video that I wasn't going to post was the video that everybody ended up loving. So now I'm feeling like all the videos I never posted, I'm feeling like I could have probably posted them and people would have liked them. So I need to stop second guessing myself. Shout out to Braden Rumbles. Night American says, where should I set the VPN? I would put yours for United Kingdom. That's where I have mine, and I know it works, so that's why I'm giving it to you. You can also meet me in the UK. We got Kyle Anthony in the building. We got Brandon here. Thank you, Brandon, for tuning into the Twitch. I didn't realize today was a 3-year anniversary to the Patrick Scott Hall. One of my first ever wrestling crushes, one of the most iconic people in pro wrestling. We'll always miss Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, for sure. We got Mike Kowinski in the building. Nice to see you, Mike. We got Lemonade Sipper. I kind of just explained this a little bit. If you can't find SmackDown, you need to watch it on Netflix and a VPN. If not, wait until your normal time. We got Matt Reichel, AJ Miller, Keith Duran, IC, Dr. J Merritt. People says SmackDown in the middle of the day is odd. Dude, it's 12 o'clock for me in LA. It's 12 o'clock in LA for me. I woke up 2 hours ago. I woke up and had enough time just to, damn, this crowd is lit, guys. Holy shit. This crowd is lit. Like, super lit. They're singing, ole, ole. Damn, I should have gone on this European tour. Had myself a little vacation. I can't afford it, so no. But yes, it's 12 o'clock here, which is hella weird. We got Zay Cruz, AJ Miller, Sean Garner, One Buck, Day Day. Oh my God, this crowd is insane. Oh, they need to do a pay-per-view here. Or excuse me, a PLE. This crowd is nuts. We also got Tanisha Hicks, Jay Grouse, Stewart. All right, I'm going to shut up now while LA Knight talks, and then I will press on with everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a party in there. It's like a club. Everyone's jumping and singing.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. Right now, you, me, everybody, Los Todos.
Los Todos.
Right now, we're making history. You're talking about the first SmackDown right here in Barcelona.
That's wild. I can't believe it's the first ever SmackDown in Barcelona. By the way, I've been to Barcelona. It's very, very beautiful in Barcelona. And in Barcelona, one of the things that I've learned is, like, here in the United States, people go clubbing like around 12 o'clock, right? And most of the clubs close at like 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I believe. I haven't gone clubbing in a long time. But that's around the time that the club scene is here in the United States. In Barcelona, people don't get to the club until like 2, 4 a.m. And they leave the club at like 7 a.m. Is what I was told. So it definitely is one of those things that is like kind of wild. Thank you, Uri Black. Yeah, Denise World Order. Thanks you.
SmackDown right here in Spain, and my God, I might be the U.S. champ, but my God, I'm worldwide.
Okay, I'm going to create a banner because everyone's asking the same question of how to watch SmackDown. So let me create a banner, and I'm going to put it on the screen because a lot of people are asking. Hold on one second.
Well, while I appreciate that, I'm going to go ahead and get right down to business. It was way too long that I stood here without this championship, but finally, by God, it's back, and it's back in the hands that it should be. This man with everybody saying, yeah. And what?
All right, there you go. I'm going to leave this on the screen because I think a lot of people are asking so many questions, and it's kind of, I don't want to keep repeating it 100 times. So I hope this can help people that don't know. You are in the USA, you want to watch SmackDown Live, you can watch on Netflix with a VPN. If not, you can watch at your normal hour. So I hope this helps. Also, log off if you don't want spoilers. Maybe I should add that to the banner. Hold on. Hold on, let me edit it.
Once again, the U.S. Championship is back with the megastar. I'm not out here to congratulate you, I'm out here to tell you I'm desperate. Desperate. You see, my road to WrestleMania is running short,
There. All right. I'm going to leave this up here for a bit.
Detours popping up, and I figured it out. The only way to start my road to WrestleMania is to challenge you right here in Barcelona for the U.S.
Okay, so his first title defense is looking like it's going to be Jimmy here on. Oh, maybe not. I spoke way too soon.
LA Knight. We got company.
And I don't think it's the kind of family reunion that
Jay Grouse says, I love how you started with you and then with you. To be honest, I didn't even know if it was all going to fit in the banner.
Hey, yo. LA Knight. If there's anybody that deserves a U.S. title shot, that man should definitely be Jacob Fatu. You see, a couple of weeks ago, your ass stole the pin. That's why that title was not able to come back to this family. Oh, and big brother Jimmy, how you doing? Good to see you. Why don't you do me and all my family a fuck?
Oh, wait.
Why don't you do us a favor?
Oh, no.
Step aside
Oh, no.
since
Solo
you know
Sikoa
to be the
choked up his
failure of the
words.
family.
Failure, huh? Oh, the biggest failure I've ever done was trust you as my little brother. Hey, not only that, the biggest failure, bigger than that, is you losing an Ulafala to the OTC Roman Reigns.
Solo, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga.
Jimmy and LA Knight caught in a pincer movement. The sneak attack, boom, hanging DDT.
Hanging DDT from Tama Tonga, and now LA Knight and Jimmy Uso are outnumbered and in trouble here in Barcelona. Oh, but help is on the way. Or as they would say here in Barcelona.
Oh, there goes Braun Strowman. Oh, that's a very, very cool camera shot. Like a super cool camera shot. Him just like running in there. This is a pretty fun start for the Barcelona crowd, I feel, because you have like a bunch of people in there. It looks like they're gonna probably queue up for like yeah, so they gave like a baby faces, this big, you know, fun little moments and stuff.
I can feel
So it's a good little happy start to the show.
And I can see that you're looking for a fight, and I can also see.
What's up, Manuel? What's up to Joseph, Carlton?
Three of you, so Barcelona.
Kate Kid. It is Coda Kid. It is very early for SmackDown. Oh, Nick Aldis has a nice little red blazer. Oh, we're going right into it, the tag team match.
Solo Fatu Tama against Jimmy Strowman.
Triple threat. I mean, sorry, not triple threat. 6-man tag next up here on SmackDown. Wow, this has been like a really lit crowd. Like I can't. We're on a break, by the way, for 2 minutes and 25 seconds. So this is the chance, guys. Hop on in the chat. I'm going to be chatting with people, seeing what everybody's saying and all of that. Sheldon Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat and for the support. Sheldon says, are you streaming TNA Sacrifice tonight as well? I don't think so, Sheldon. To be honest, I kind of just want a Friday night off. It's been a very, very long time since I've had a Friday night where I don't have to do anything. So I kind of want to go and just like hang out in my kitchen and work on the puzzle that I started last night. I know I'm running from the grind. But yeah, so I might have it on like on the background and stuff and maybe tweet if something great happens or whatever. But because I do have the TNA Plus app, so I could just watch whenever I want. But I honestly just want to have a Friday night off because I could have easily watched SmackDown at the normal hour, but no, I want to have a Friday night off, guys. I haven't had one in a while. Well, and then even like the last one that I did when I went to a party, I still tuned in for SmackDown for at least 2.5 hours. So I only missed the last 30 minutes. So yeah, I want to go and enjoy my Friday night and like not work, not do anything, and just relax. So I know I'm running from the grind. Sheldon, thank you so much for the love. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, nice to see you at 3 p.m. today. I know it's so wild to be on at this hour. I literally woke up 2 hours ago. I woke up at 10. Technically I woke up at 9:20. But it took me forever to get out of bed. I didn't get out of bed until 10. And then I ate breakfast. And then my puzzle that I had started last night was out there on the table. And I was like, oh shit, let me start working on it. And so I started working on it again. And I was like, oh crap, girl, you have 30 minutes to get ready. So then I started to get ready for today's show and I'm doing my makeup and I'm doing my hair and I'm getting text messages and I'm texting and I'm like, what are you doing? Get back to it. You need to hurry up. And so before I knew it, it was time to get in here and do this watch along. So yeah, it was just like, this is the first thing I've done today. Like I haven't even looked at my emails or anything because, you know, it's like happening so fast. So it's a very quick day today. Anthony Giuliano, thank you so much for the super chat and for the love. All right, let's see what everyone is saying here. We're back on SmackDown.
Visit from LA Knight celebrating.
Yeah, Matt Raquel says Mondays and Friday nights off for 3 weeks. I know. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I don't know what the deal is for NXT. Does anybody know the deal for NXT? Like, how does that work? Do I still get to watch NXT at the normal time, or do I watch like early? I don't know what the deal is for NXT. I'll worry about that next week, I guess. Manuel says, how big is the puzzle? It is 1,000 pieces. Yeah.
What did you think
Bryn Hawking, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hey, Denise, good afternoon, evening. It's so good watching SmackDown live at a decent time for the first time instead of waiting until 1 a.m. UK time. That was part of the other reason why I wanted to make sure to watch live was that I don't often get to connect with the UK audience. And usually these odd hours, whenever like I watch Crown Jewel, for example, which is at 10 a.m. here in the West Coast. Those are usually the shows, the odd hour shows, where I get to connect with are you sure, Jose? NXT was also going overseas. I wasn't too sure. Anyways, so
this is where they're at most lethal.
Yeah, you're right. Why did I think that? I don't know. I'll probably look at the schedule later. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Look at the reaction.
Odd hour shows that allow me to connect with some of the subscribers that are here on the channel that don't get to tune into the live streams because of, you know, the time zone difference and whatnot. And so I do like that aspect too, that I get to connect with some new people that don't get to tune into the live stream. So, yeah, if you're new here and you never get to tune into the lives because of the hour difference, this is definitely the best way to connect. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Bryn. And again, thank you, Jose, for reminding me of that.
It should be Jacob Fatu.
And we got Chris Ludek in the building. What's up, Chris? He says, hey, Denise, I was wondering, are you going to WrestleMania this year? I'll be at night one, and it'll be cool to meet up since I wasn't able to be at Revolution in 2023. Also, did you get my Twitter message I sent you? I have not. I'm a little bit behind on everything at the moment. I was just
as well weighed as Solo.
There is this like huge to-do list of things that I have not done this week. I am so behind on everything, so I haven't looked at like literally anything because yesterday I was basically just like trying to get as much as I possibly could done. But I will look at that. And then secondly, WrestleMania this year, I'm gonna be there. I just don't know if I'm staying for WrestleMania. I might actually leave early and come back and do a watch along. I haven't really totally decided yet what my plan is for that yet, but I know for sure that I will be there on Thursday and at least Friday morning. So I just don't know if I'm coming back Friday or if I'm gonna come back all the way until Monday. I have not decided on that. So that's the two things that I still need to figure it out. But thank you so much, Chris, for the love and for your generosity.
Deliver the jumping neck breaker from LA Knight.
This has been like a fun little house show match,
Spread wide here.
Let's just get all these guys out there and have a fun match. Good vibes. That's literally what it feels like. Just like a good vibes kind of night for Barcelona.
And the super kick delivered as well.
Yeah, Barcelona is very, very beautiful.
Pain just does not register.
I was there for like 3 days one time, and I got to make, I got to eat tapas, and I got to make,
Jumping, leaping elbow.
Yeah, this match is a lot of energy too. Like you can tell the wrestlers are really pumped about performing in front of this crowd because they're moving differently with a little bit more intensity than they normally do in the U.S. crowds. Like I can tell. Maybe except for Fatu. Fatu's always moving at 100 miles per hour.
Short break from Barcelona. More great tag.
Daniel Pena says stuck at work, so I will listen to the watch along on a hidden tab. Let's go. Screw corporate America. F the man. Watch SmackDown.
All these
oh my gosh, I'm gonna cause
you can layer on him, but one of them is just.
Shout out to Ivan Cage, ASMR Gaming, who's also in here. King Michael Gang, good to see you. A regular here on the channel, good to see you. We got Carlos Subaru. What's up, Carlos? Hope you're having a good one. Once again, if I haven't shouted you out, please take a chance and leave a comment or something.
And now Tama
and I'll make sure to
setting a very fast pace of an offensive assault.
Yeah, and Tama Tonga at times.
We got Carlton who says it sounds like a soccer crowd rather than wrestling. Yeah, with the ole, 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 ole. They got me pumped. I'm like, shit, I need to get up and get some energy. We also got Home Wrestling League who says I'm at work with my headphones on.
Yeah, the hyena.
Let's go. Hope you're having a good work day too. Hope you brought a good lunch for work.
As LA looking
I just ate breakfast, so I'm good. I won't be hungry probably until after SmackDown.
Just the force, nearly.
Oh, good. Home Wrestling Link says, but it's my quiet day. My boss is here. Oh, that's the best. When your boss isn't there, they're not there to like micromanage you. Oh, I love that.
Better get used
it's
to that
like
in the coming
freedom.
weeks and months.
Don't have to worry too much about the boss being over your shoulder. Oh yeah, so I was trying to remember what that dish was that I made, and I just remember what it was. Paella. So in Spain, there's this. It's like this big giant bowl. Actually, I don't even think it's called a bowl. Probably called something else. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so it's super huge, and they put like shrimp and rice and veggies and all of these things into this big giant dish. And it's called a paella, and it was really good. I took a paella class that I went to. Yeah, I had a really good time. I took a cooking class in Spain. I did. I actually went. I think it's called. It's not waterboarding, but it kind of is. What's it called? I did something where you like, it was like a big giant, not a kayak. Fuck, what was it? The ones where you paddle. You know the ones where you go on that big board and you stand and you paddle? Okay, well, I did one of those, but it was like on a paddle with 20 people. It was massive. And it got really scary, though, because I fell into the ocean. And it was very, very scary, guys. Like, falling into an ocean is never fun. And the waves were starting to get really crazy, so they had to end the activity a little bit sooner. But like I was in the ocean and I just saw this giant wave coming my direction, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna die. And thankfully I did not die, but I got the hell out of there. So I walked out and I'm like, you know what? I can at least say I have fallen in the Mediterranean. So I'm okay with that. Kind of an experience. Paddleboarding. Thank you, Stuart. Paddleboarding. Dino Man says, hey Denise, I see you stream on multiple places right now, but what is your main one? My main one, I would say, is YouTube, because that's primarily where my audience is at. Like, I have a couple of Twitch followers. To be honest, I don't know how to use Twitch. So I go live, but I don't even think I'm doing it right. I kind of just let it be. I'm like, fuck it. If people tune in, they tune in. If they don't, then they don't. But I don't really know how to set up my Twitch or anything like that. I just know it's streaming. That's all I know. So, I would say YouTube's the main one, and then Twitter, and then Twitch. I don't stream on Facebook because I don't know if Facebook would flag my stream because of the audio, and I don't want to risk it. They're pretty strict on there. So that's why I don't stream on Facebook when I do watch-alongs. I only stream on Facebook when I do podcast or games.
Oh, and he wants it. And he wants to deliver.
What's up, Nick the Neneg? Stand up paddleboarding. That's exactly what I did. And Braun is just running. Oh my gosh, he got all three of them. That actually looks pretty cool. It was like bam one, bam two, bam three. Took out all three guys really fast. Oh, thank you so much, Dino. Yeah, if you follow me on Twitch, thank you. Because I'm trying to grow my following on Twitch. I just don't really. Ooh, oh. That was funny. Jacob Fatu essentially threw himself on that dive from Jay because Jay didn't even really touch him. So he kind of just like threw himself. What's up, Desi baby? Thank you so much for hopping in. Also, shout out to Bailey Darley, who's in the building, Melissa Cabello. And Braun Strowman just got the win for his team. We got Kufu in here. What's up, man? No, I've never considered becoming a wrestler. Like, legitimately never. As a child, yeah, but that doesn't really count. I think everybody as a child wanted to be a wrestler. But as an adult, I never seriously considered it. Yeah, I don't even know how much Twitch followers I have.
Heading out into this audience. A sneak attack, Samoan spike, and oh my God, look
Jacob Fatu is somehow on his feet.
Yeah, cool. Of course he is. We should be used to that by now.
Oh, they're continuing the action here.
Oh, and remember what happened a week ago.
This has been like a fun way to kick off the show because they were just moving. Even during the commercial breaks. I didn't even notice we were on a commercial break because they were keeping the action going. Fatu, moonsault on Braun. Nice. I feel like they can do so much more with Fatu and Braun. Like, that's been my favorite. Oh my God, another one. He's just like moonsault here, moonsault there, moonsaults everywhere. But that's actually been my favorite thing about Braun Strowman is, like, since he returned, all of his best feuds have been with meaty guys. And by that, I mean Bronson Reed and now Jacob Fatu. Like, that's, to me, the most interesting thing we've seen from Braun Strowman in a while. Because Braun Strowman, for a long time, you kind of already got everything you can get out of Braun Strowman, you know? So at least now him working with meaty guys has definitely been far more interesting. Thank you so much, Manuel, for also following on Twitch. Thank you so much to Savasha E for tuning into the stream. Hope you're having a good one.
Fatu and Strowman.
Oh, Dino, I don't know why your YouTube account won't let you super chat. Maybe you're not, maybe your your account isn't linked to your like store. I'm not sure. That might be the issue. Hey, what's up, Austin Wright? Thank you so much for tuning in.
Here it comes, the Samoan werewolf. Oh, clear the deck.
Fatu just like ran straight into Braun and hit him with the freaking took him down on the barricade, but The way he turned his body, though, he like made sure to put his weight on Braun, so it just looked very, very cool. Shout out to Ricardo Chavez. I agree. He says, love this crowd. Viva España. I agree. They've been lit so far. We got Ellen who says hello. What's up, Ellen?
A human wrecking ball afterwards.
Home Wrestling League says, I'm sad Braun's tag team with Ricochet never took off. Ricochet? Wild. Maurice Johnson says they need a match in WrestleMania 41. Hey, it could happen. It definitely could happen. So we're getting B-Fab, which is Charlotte Flair. That match was made last week when B-Fab was starting to get a little sassy with Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair was like, all right, you think you're the shit? Go up against me then on, you know, go up against me in a match.
Her former tag partner, Naomi, and Jade, as Cargill sits down with our Kathy Kelly. That is coming up.
Oh, Jade's going to do a sit down with Kathy Kelly. All right, we're in a commercial break. Oh, wait, I haven't seen this.
You take life and you grab it by
the Hall of Fame commercial.
And you make it give you everything you want.
That was very cool.
Case you've forgotten.
Ooh, ooh.
I am the game.
And I am that damn good.
Now
that looks cool.
Down.
There's like a video package for Triple H's Hall of Fame induction. And they're showing him like on his throne. It looks very cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. My favorite part is when they did the knuckles. You can hear the knuckles cracking. It's like ASMR, you know?
What happens here becomes legendary.
I don't know why, but those renders look kind of funny. I don't know why. Sometimes have you guys noticed that sometimes the WWE renders of wrestlers don't kind of look like them? I noticed that one time with CM Punk where they did this render of him, and I was like, that doesn't even look like him. And sometimes I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's like the coloring or what, but sometimes it just doesn't look like the wrestler. And I noticed that right now with the Triple H one because they got like an old picture of him. But the way that they edited, I'm like, that's not true. I've seen that picture. That's not how he looks right there. I don't know why, but they just do that sometimes. But let's see what else we got in here. Let's see. We got, hey, what's up, Gadget Man? Rob, good to see you back on the stream. Also, regular here, Icy. We got Edwin Murray. What's up, Edwin? I almost wanted to say Edwin McGregor because I saw the Edwin and I saw the M, and in my mind I was like, Edwin McGregor. You probably hate me now. You're like, damn it. Yeah, Desi Baby says they over edit them sometimes. That's what it is. You know, that's why it's so funny because there's times when I do like stories on Instagram. And they have so many pretty filters, right? Especially for the girls. And Desi, I'm sure you've seen this. And I get so tempted to like use the filters because they make me look like a million times better. But my fear is that if I start using those filters too much, that people are going to think I legitimately look like that. And then when they see me in person, they're going to be like, oh, she does not look anything like what she looks like online. So my rule is, if I use a filter, it's got to not be those ones that change your face completely. You know which ones I'm talking about? Like the subtle ones that maybe add a little glow, but not the ones that like change the shape of your face, change the shape of your eyes, make your lips like super pretty. And trust me, it's like, yeah, it's something that I think about. But anyways, we got Juan Ortega who says, dang, early ass watch along for reals. I agree with DJ Mitch here who says Jacob Fatu needs a title. I second that, bro. Get that United States Championship on Jacob Fatu so he can bring that thing back to prominence. I 100% back you up on this. Let's see who else we got here. We got Bryn who says, Denise, is your husband a wrestling fan? He is actually, but he doesn't watch Oh, hold on, let me read this. First SmackDown broadcast, second largest city in Spain, ninth most visited city in the world.
Of course,
Hosted
the 1992 Summer Olympics. That was the dream team of
But
basketball.
he doesn't watch WWE or AEW, which is so funny. He doesn't really like this kind of style of wrestling. He's really into like he primarily watches Japanese wrestling because it's a lot more hard hitting. And so he watches more of that. Right now, he kind of hasn't really been watching too much. He's really a sports guy. He likes sports primarily. That's his number one passion. But yeah, like he'll occasionally watch things with me, but very rarely since I'm usually working. But he'll keep up and he knows what's going on and things like that. But he grew up totally different than I did. He was a WCW fan. And when WCW died, he was those people that didn't want to jump over and start watching WWE because, you know, that just wasn't his thing. And so he went from WCW to watching TNA wrestling. He's actually the one who got me into TNA wrestling. And then he's always watched Lucha and Japanese wrestling always. So that's more of his, where his interest lies.
Did you attack Jade?
We got Anthony Giuliano here. He says, Denise, you should post your camera equipment that you use so you can get commission. I always wonder what equipment you use to record. Yeah, that's a good idea. I know that it's definitely a lot more popular now to like YouTube's really pushing sharing the things that like you wear, the makeup that you use so that you can use make more money. I need to get on that because I heard that there are creators that are making like a lot of money, but those creators are usually in the beauty and lifestyle space. And I'm thinking to myself, like, my demo is primarily male viewers. I'm not really sure if we're wearing the same things. I mean, right now we are, but you know, so I really wasn't too sure, like, if I should be putting my products up on the screen or not, but maybe I'll give it a try. Thank you, Anthony. We're about to get into the sit-down interview with Jade Cargill and Kathy Kelly. They're just running a recap right now. Also, Anthony Giuliano says you can meet and greet Triple H and Lex Luger at the Hall of Fame for $8,500 with floor seats. I saw that, guys. Honestly, I think sometimes I forget that rich people in this world exist because I just cannot fathom ever paying that kind of money. I really, really cannot fathom it. That's several months of rent right there. And no, I don't think I'd be able to justify that. I would go into debt trying to pay that kind of pricing. You don't want to do that. Anthony Giuliano, thank you so much for the super chat, though.
You are grateful, bitch.
I loved when she called her an ungrateful bitch. It was so funny. Juan Ortega says he's the keeper. Thanks.
Jade Cargill is here.
Jose Alvarado says, how's he feeling about the Jets offseason so far? Well, today he's celebrating because this is the new quarterback to Jets, Justin Fields. So hopefully he does well. I don't know anything about him, but apparently he's 24 years old and he's younger than Zach Wilson. We'll see if it works out. David, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Denise, I'm excited because Backlash is in St. Louis, my backyard. Hell yeah. So that announcement broke today.
Jade Cargill, thank you so much.
You know what, David? I'll come back to your super chat. Let me get into what Jade is saying, and then I'll come back to your super chat. Don't let me forget.
Your former friend and ally, Naomi. How have these last couple of months been, and where are you at both physically and emotionally?
Physically, Kathy, I'm okay. I'm ready to go. After Elimination Chamber and SmackDown, seeing Naomi cry about all her struggles as if she's the victim. How pathetic. Thinking that I needed to use anyone to get to where I'm going, as if I needed a handout. Naomi thought she can dictate what I deserve. I mean, how's that working out for her right now?
There's clearly a lot of emotions right now.
It's been a while since we've heard Jade Cargill talk. It's kind of weird. I'm like, it's been such a long time.
How did you know that she was the attacker? And was there a reason that you didn't alert people here sooner?
You know, Kathy, all I can recall is being hit from the back and being thrown on a car. And then as everything grew dark, seeing Naomi just run away.
Oh, so she did see
That
Naomi.
was my big sis. That was our best friend. We were the big three. She just didn't attack me physically. She attacked my integrity. She attacked my loyalty. She attacked my heart.
Facts.
I mean, how can you trust anyone after that?
Facts.
And then to see Bianca tag up with her as if nothing ever happened. I knew right then I had to take things into my own hands.
Yeah.
But she did get one thing right. She should have pushed me harder.
I was like, what is that sound? I'm like, who's talking? Liv and Raquel.
Not right now, Liv. Not right now. This is not the time. This is not the time.
Oh, I love that they're like doing it like they're just rolling into the building.
Next time you get attacked because Raquel and I have been getting blamed for weeks because of you.
Not right now. And you better be thankful that you're even holding those tag team titles. Because if I was in that match, I promise you, you would have never have that title.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you think?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Wow.
What are they doing?
Well, since I'm such a joke,
yeah,
I don't need a title to take on that ass. And I'll be seeing you next week.
Oh, yeah. You want
Okay.
to
Jade versus Liv?
How about you just don't get pushed onto any cards between now and then, okay? Okay. Loser, idiot.
Right. I know you have a lot on your plate.
This isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it.
Oh, wow. Ooh, Jade's outfit. We got to get a full body shot of that. That was stunning. And we only saw her stand up for like a split second. Let's see what that says. Oh, she's speaking Spanish.
Y por Charlotte, for your sake, I hope you haven't slept on me. Because I know you've accomplished a
I
lot
like this
here in
walk and talk
WWE.
promo.
But like I told you, I'm here to build my own legacy. And if my legacy has to start with you, that's perfect for me. You know why? Because that's just how it be. Nos vemos pronto.
Los vemos pronto. That's so funny. All right, let me get back to David's super chat that I was reading, by the way. David says, Denise, I'm excited because Backlash is in St. Louis, my backyard. Yeah, so the news broke this morning that Backlash will be May 10th in St. Louis. A lot of people were thinking that it was going to be in Mexico. I'm still trying to figure out where that came from. Does anybody here know where that started? Because I never saw like a reputable wrestling news site post about it, but all of a sudden it was like the talk of the town, and I'm like, I guess I missed where they made this like report or something, right? Like I didn't see where people made this report, and so I was wondering about that, and yeah, I don't understand where this started, but it ended up not being Mexico, which kind of sucks. And I think a lot of people did get like kind of excited about it. I know I did. I'm like, hey, if this rumor is right and this is in Mexico, I would be so freaking excited because I would have gone. If Backlash was in Mexico, I would have gone versus like it being in St. Louis. I've been to St. Louis, you know, Mimi in St. Louis. I love the movie. Shout out to Judy Garland. I love Judy Garland. But I was thinking to myself, like, okay, well, now I don't really have to go. Like, I could stay home and watch from home and do a watch along, you know, and it all will be good, right? But no, David, I'm so excited for you that you'll get to go to Backlash and have a good time. Backlash has been hitting the last couple of years. So hopefully it hits again. Ever since they took off the WrestleMania Backlash, Backlash has been hitting again. So yeah, I hope you enjoy yourself, David, and thank you so much for the super chat. So, by the way, let me see. Someone has some background on that. Jay Grouse says a parody account made it, then Dave saw it and reported it. I didn't see Dave put that out there. See, and then Jose says WrestleVotes believe started it. See, I don't know who started it. I don't know who started the rumor, but I didn't see. And here, mind you, like I always go to F4W first. That is the first website where I always get all my news. When I wake up in the morning, I click there, and that's the first place where I see what is happening because that's usually where, you know, I go to get the news. And then from there, I'll go to Twitter and see what else is going on that hasn't been posted. But usually I only listen to like 3 websites, and that's about it. Because if it doesn't come from those 3 websites, then I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to believe any of this. But then sometimes I see things just like take a life of their own on social media. And I'm starting to like, shit, I might have missed something, you know, because sometimes there's so much wrestling news. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's happening. Anthony Giuliano says we are getting 4 shows in Tampa in May. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I love that. Nothing's better than when they come and they tour your area. Like right now, AEW is just here in California, and they did a bunch of shows here. I ended up going to one, of course, because, you know, I just went to one, but there was a ton of shows like near here. But of course, everything here in California is just a little bit more of a drive. But Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat, and I hope you have a good time at those shows in May. Let's see what we have here. Zach Minger, I don't see any super chats from you. I checked and I didn't see anything. So I don't know if maybe you're just not submitting it correctly, you're also on on Twitch. So super chats are only on YouTube. So just want to make sure, because I don't want you to think that I just didn't read it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go back to all right, here we go. We're back on this. We're going to see B-Fab versus Charlotte Flair. Jay Growl says, I think there was one in Japan too that was reported but was fake. Yeah, guys. Like, see, when it comes to like getting accurate wrestling reports, I usually only go with the 3. And that is F4W Online. That is PW Insider. And Fightful. That's it.
No
because at least like they will do, if somebody else breaks the news, they will do their due diligence and let you know, like, hey, this is a report that is being put out there by some other person's name. We have yet to verify this, or we have verified this. So even if it's from someone that you don't know that may have broken some news, at least you'll get like a verification of it, and they'll never post like, you know, things that are not either announced by WWE as like official or confirmed by one of their top journalists that's willing to put their name on it. So those are the top 3 websites. If it comes from any place else, until I see it on any of those websites, I take it with a grain of salt. Especially if you get the news from Facebook. If you get the news from Facebook, please just don't, like, always double check it. Always double check it. Always. It's crazy how many people are buying fake news on Facebook. And it just blows my mind. I see it every day because I run, you know, my Facebook page. And so because I post about wrestling, Facebook recommends me only wrestling content. So I see the most random crowns posting wrestling news. And I'm like looking, and they have like thousands of likes. And I look and I'm like, this is not real. This is fake. What? And I read the comments and everyone's reacting to it. And I'm like, this is fake. It's so wild. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. I've seen that on Facebook. I'm sure some of you guys have. I've seen it on TikTok too. It's kind of wild. It really, really is.
If we just look at that, this woman, Charlotte Flair, is unequivocally the greatest.
Mike Kowinski says, Denise, have you seen Queen of the Ring? Thought it was good. I haven't seen it yet. I know I'm so behind. I was at the premiere, but I left and I didn't watch the film because it was a 1-hour drive from the Grove back to my house.
And of course, with the injury
so
that Charlotte
I wasn't gonna stay much longer because then I would be up like super late posting content and whatnot.
You got to go back to December 8th of 2023. The last
Jose Alvarado says that's why I stopped using Facebook. Too much fake BS. As long as you're following the right accounts, you'll be fine. Emily M says I forgot SmackDown. Hey Emily. Yeah, I know a lot of people forgot SmackDown was early. Honestly, the only reason I remember is because I have a stream. I can't forget my own streams. That would be insane.
100. However, Charlotte Flair is made of platinum. Does not suffer from
what's up, Mahane Boots? Thank you so much for tuning in. What else do we got in here? One Bug. Hey, what's up, One Bug? Nice to see you. And yes, it does have a lot of misinformation. I feel like the propaganda's on Twitter, though. Twitter has the propaganda. I haven't seen propaganda on Facebook, but that's Probably because I'm not seeing it. I just see fake news on Facebook. I see the propaganda on Twitter. And I see misinformation everywhere.
I sort of like this sort of swing for the fences way about her, just determined to make
Jose Alvarado says LA traffic, no need to explain. Thank you.
And face Charlotte Flair in a slot like this.
Yeah. And it was a rainy day too, that day of the premiere. Oh my God, it took me an hour and a half, I think, to get there. It was just, I showed up late too. By the time I got there, everybody was already on the press line. Charlotte's chopping B-Fab. Let's see how B-Fab does, because she's somebody that people have like been advocating for, like people want to see more of B-Fab. And the fact that she's in this match with Charlotte
is
big. And also, they gave her a walk and talk promo. That's big too.
Incredibly dismissive of B-Fab.
What's up to Adam Ryder? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream.
What's
up, Buhar Gashi? He says, well, first time able to watch SmackDown 8 o'clock like normal people. Let's go, Buhar. That's what I was saying earlier, that I like that the stream gets to be early because I get to connect with new viewers that maybe subscribe to the channel but don't get to tune into my live streams because of the time difference. So welcome. Bryn Hawkins says it's early next week also, Denise. Yeah, I don't know exactly what time.
Backstage,
I will have to look, but it's going to be like this for the next 3 weeks for both Raw and for SmackDown. So it's definitely going to be
an exception to Charlotte's comments.
A different experience, that's for sure.
Everyone in the women's locker room took exception to Charlotte's comments. Only one person stepped up.
Yeah, Raw's going to be early.
Look at
SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown.
And power of Flair.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. But yeah, I'm still correct. The Raw, SmackDown. SmackDown next week's in Italy. So I think it's only one more week, actually. Yeah. So just next SmackDown. Oh, it's only 2. Boo. Then I really am going to enjoy my night off today. Yeah, because SmackDown next week is in Italy. And then that's it. After that, it's back to Chicago. And then Raw. Let me see.
Face right down on the mat.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. It is 3 weeks. It's Italy and then London. My bad. Yay! Woo!
Here in the middle of the ring.
I'm so excited. And then after London, we're back to Chicago. So it's all of March, essentially. So every SmackDown for March will be on early. And same thing for Raw. So yay! Party in the USA. Thank you, Bryn.
B-Fab. Charlotte, quick.
Hey, what's up, Shelton Mysterio? Good to see you.
All you've got to do if you're B-Fab, just stay in the fight as long
What's up, Daniel Mullinex? Good to see you on here, too. Thank you. Nice. Enjoy SmackDown whenever you want, Daniel. Enjoy whenever you want.
Just maybe pull off a massive shot.
Jose says, went to LA for the first time a couple of years ago with my family, and on the way to a Dodgers game, we got stuck in traffic, and it was terrible. And we're from New York, and traffic isn't any better there. Yeah, I've seen the traffic in New York. I think the places that I've been to with the worst traffic in the world is Mexico City has horrible traffic. London, god-awful traffic. New York, terrifying traffic too. Los Angeles, of course, I live here. And
Friday Night SmackDown here in Barcelona. Monday Night Raw will be in Brussels.
Charlotte doing Stephanie's spot.
Account of herself thus far, just hanging in there this long with Charlotte. But that disparity in resumes is really starting to show here.
Oh, this is cool.
And again, flipping over.
Yeah, so those are the places I've been to that I've considered like the worst traffic.
First time these two have ever gone
and I actually think LA traffic is nowhere near as bad as Mexico, London. I thought Mexico and London had the worst traffic. It was nuts. Like we weren't moving kind of traffic.
Toying with this audience who are paying for Charlotte's blood. Oh, and that has opened up a little window for B-Fab.
Charlotte was going potentially for the figure eight.
Alan agrees with me, says, oh yeah, Mexico has crazy traffic. Yeah, I would never drive in Mexico. I mean, I wouldn't drive in London either. God, no, I can't drive on the opposite side of the road.
And there's a
I
reason
can't do it. It would be too weird for me. But I can't drive in Mexico either because I can't even tell which lane they're in, bro. People just be going in so many different lanes. I'm like,
but this is the
is this even a lane? I can't even tell, and everyone's so aggressive. No way. I'd be terrified.
It's the shot you don't hear that takes you down, Charlotte, and taking B-Fab lightly. Oh, it's a huge,
hey, Dr. J. Merritt in the building. Dr. J. Merritt says Atlanta has terrible traffic, so does Toronto. Been to Atlanta twice. Thankfully, I didn't experience any like bad traffic. So I can't complain.
Big sweeping kick. Charlotte crumbles to her knees.
And I didn't drive in Toronto, so I can't even comment on that one. Actually, you know what? I did have a lot of traffic from my hotel to the venue in Toronto, but that was primarily because they were doing construction and they went from like 3 lanes to 1. So I feel like that was a huge part of why there was so much traffic in Toronto.
Into the cover for the upset. And that shoulder up.
B-Fab's hanging in there, by the way, in this matchup. She's hanging in there.
With the kiss of Charlotte Flair,
like they're giving her a lot. This has already gone longer than I thought it was going to. Hey, what's up, Future King? He says happy TGIF Friday. What's TGIF, Denise? Excuse me. Thank you, Future King.
Remember, her first singles match on SmackDown since December 8th of 23.
Opportunities are not given at this level. You have to take them. B-Fab doing the best. But that super kick to the jaw is a game-changing moment, Joe.
Opportunity for Charlotte Flair. Natural selection.
You can count to 300 from here. And Charlotte Flair knows
Bow down.
What a great fight from
B-Fab.
But this now is just a procession.
It's over, baby.
It is locked in. It is being arched. And the figure 8 on B-Fab.
Not bad, honestly. I thought B-Fab performed fine.
Charlotte Flair is not releasing.
Oh, Charlotte's not letting go. Teaching the rookie a lesson.
Well, B-Fab had the audacity to turn this into a fight. B-Fab gave a hell of an account of herself.
This has gone too
Oh,
far.
are we finally going to get to see Tiffany Stratton not be laid out by Charlotte for once?
Hey, that bell was ringing.
What?
Time.
Finally.
It was jumped last week by Charlotte Flair and locked in that figure 8. These two are meeting at WrestleMania and the gloves are firmly off.
And now security as well as officials are in there to break up the women's champion, Tiffany Stratton, the Royal Rumble winner and soon-to-be challenger for Tiffany, Charlotte Flair. Look at the amount of security.
I love how there's so much security that came out for Tiffany when she was attacking Charlotte. But when Charlotte attacks Tiffany, there's no security whatsoever. Like, literally not one.
Charlotte was able to break free, elbowing security out of the way.
We've got about 15 security guards, producers, referees in there, barely able to pry these two apart.
Oh shit, I couldn't tell who was who right now. I was like, which one's Charlotte? Which one's Tiffany? I just saw blonde hair everywhere. And I'm like, which one's which? I swapped them right now.
Oh, she pulls in her
She found her. She found her. You gotta let Tiffany have one.
Tiffany Stratton is getting a pound of flesh tonight from Charlotte Flair, the number 1 contender.
Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion, just pulling Charlotte Flair out of the ring and delivering right hand after right hand.
Well, Charlotte Flair throwing lefts and rights at producers, referees, desperate to get by.
Yay! Finally, this is the most Tiffany has been able to get on Charlotte in weeks.
On the 14-time champion.
Well, we don't have any more security guards here. This is all we've got.
Roy's piece is like Charlotte paid off the security guards.
And now
Sean Harris says international security is on point. True, we could blame it on that, right? Like, y'all never came out to help out Tiffany. But now, all of a sudden, you got security.
Somebody get a stun gun.
We can put it on the fact that they're not in the U.S.
She delivered. This is outrageous.
About 4 or 5 security guards get dropped.
Dr. J. Merritt, I agree with this. Says Tiffany and Charlotte are their own version of the Spider-Man meme. The hey.
But they're wasting no time. It is boiled over here.
Oh, there she goes.
Are you kidding me?
She's going for it. This is lasting a bit. Oh, but she took out all the security guards.
Clears them all out. And Charlotte goes down too. And now she's pounding away again.
Oh man, that was funny. Tiffany took out the security guards with her moonsault, and then Charlotte just threw herself on the floor. That was pretty funny. Hey, somewhere in the ring says, hey, Denise, I'll be at Raw in Glasgow next week. Super stoked to be the one American and Scottish crowd. Curious what you think Drew McIntyre has in store for the Scotland crowd. Somewhere in the ring, I've been the one American in a Scotland crowd, and it is very, very fun. So you'll have a great time. I don't know what Drew McIntyre will have planned, but I'm pretty sure you'll have a great time at the show in Glasgow.
Benefiting every single time I got screwed.
Speaking of Drew, let's see what he says.
April 7th, 2024, WrestleMania 40, Drew McIntyre defeats Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. A moment 4 years in the making. A moment absolutely perfect. Until it wasn't. I was assaulted from behind. And Damian Priest cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, robbing me of my moment. But it doesn't end there, does it? No, June 15th, Clash at the Castle, my home country. A moment more perfect than perfect until it wasn't once again. Screwed once again. And that vulture picked the bones once again. Fast forward 1 month. Time to fight fire with fire. Money in the Bank. I win the Money in the Bank contract. I cash in. And I get screwed once again, and that parasite, that leech Priest is there to catch.
Kind of recapping what's been going down with Priest and him.
Even when you lost the title, you didn't know how to succeed unless it was off my back, which brings us to the Royal Rumble. As soon as my back was
I agree.
turned,
I see this. Come on, they need to give my man Drew something. He's main event material.
In Elimination Chamber, my last chance at the title, I claymore John Cena. I'm about to pin the man who won the match, and Priest, you can't help yourself. You steal it from behind, so I dropped your arse. You had my attention. You've got it. This isn't about the World Championships. You took that from me twice. This is about putting you down for good, so you can never take anything from me again.
Simple, guys. We're going to take him down so he never takes anything from him again.
Message
simple.
Delivered by Drew McIntyre.
We got Dr. J. Mitch, DJ Mitch, excuse me, who says, excellent promo. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
DIY tonight.
All right, we got the WWE Tag Team titles on the line. Street Profits versus DIY.
What's the news cycle calling? The John Cena turning Toronto.
All right, and we're on the second hour of SmackDown. We still got 2 more, baby.
So, of course,
we got Wes here who says, yeah, unfortunately, I feel like Drew deserves more than a Priest match. I agree, which is crazy, though, because, like, David Priest was pretty popular for a while. But it seems like some of that popularity may have faded a little bit. Am I wrong? Am I right? Is he still popular? What do you guys think? Let me know, because I'm not sure if my read on this is correct. But I feel like Damian was most popular when he won the World Heavyweight Championship and when he was doing the Terror Twins thing with Rhea Ripley. I feel like Rhea Ripley kind of made the association with Rhea Ripley made Damian Priest a little bit more cooler. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who feels that way. Please let me know. Oh, and speaking of the Tampa shows, they're promoting the Tampa shows right now. Wait, when's Saturday night's main event? Oh. I need to sit down and look at a calendar, guys, because I don't know when the next Saturday night's main event is. Like, my head, the only WWE pay-per-view coming up right now is WrestleMania. I don't think there's anything before that, is there?
Yo, we coming.
Okay, this is for afterwards. Okay.
Tickets on sale
afterwards,
now.
after WrestleMania, Saturday night's main event, today. May 24th. I need to write this shit down, guys. Write it down. All right, let's see what people are saying. We got Icy here who says, Damian really lost his fire. Henry agrees. Servasha says Priest has lost popularity for sure. Adam Reidner says they always screw Drew, tired of it. Bailey Darley says I'm fine with Drew versus Damian. Thank you, Melissa Cabello. And then we also got John Taylor. Hey, John, he says, so I was totally working and not watching Severance or browsing Twitter and saw your post about the watch along. Completely forgot early SmackDown taping. Apparently, everyone did, guys. I'm happy to be here to remind you all. Yeah, I have to be aware of this shit. So, like, I should have probably posted something earlier in the day, but I just completely forgot to wake up earlier and tell people. So yeah, I think because the thing about like wrestling fans, okay, so this is what I feel about wrestling fans in the sense that this is like my job is to always be in the know of what the hell is going on, right? I try to familiarize myself with everything. I really, really do try. And the amount of times that I'm not familiar with something it does happen a lot. And that's why, like, in my mind, because people are always reminding me, like, oh yeah, Denise this, Denise that, Denise, like, you should know this, you should know that, you should remember this, remember that, or did you see this, did you see that, you didn't see this, you didn't see that. So in my mind, if I know, everybody knows because everyone always knows everything. And so sometimes I forget that sometimes some people might not know that this show is on earlier or whatever, stupid shit like that. Because people are always so in the know. Like wrestling fans are so dedicated and know what is happening out there and are so familiar with everything. And I try to keep up with everything, and somehow, some way, I'm still not kept up with everything. So it's just one of those things that, you just think that everybody knows. But there you go. I hope you guys followed that. John, thank you so much for the super chat and hope you're having a good day so far. A good start to your weekend. Let's see. We got Kyle Anthony who says, I still like Damian and can't wait to see Drew and Damian feud. That's the thing. Like, I know some people were writing it off and maybe even I'm writing it off too. But I do think that there could be some good potential there because I think Drew McIntyre might have a chip on his shoulder. And hell, maybe Damian Priest might too. Like, he was at the top of the WWE mountain as World Heavyweight Champion. When you have the taste of that, you're gonna want to have that again. And so, like I said, he might have a chip on his shoulder, and two guys with two chips on their shoulders, they could put out some of the best work. So we'll see what we get here. Ricardo Chavez says, so does Cody come out and say, what do you want to talk about in Spanish? That would be hilarious. Hilarious. And instead of LA Knight saying, yeah, he should have said, you see. Or did he? Because I know he did throw in some Spanish in there, but I might have not caught that. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Jonathan in the building. What's up, Jonathan? Let's see. We got Day here who says, you need a death calendar with all your dates. I do have one. I'm just so busy. I don't think people realize how much work it is to put out the amount of content, daily YouTube content, and how much work it is. And not just the YouTube stuff, but the social media work. And especially when you are pretty much doing this, the majority of it yourself. And I've been lucky enough to get some help, but it's still like, it's your shit. So like, you still got to do like everything. So I don't think sometimes people realize like how much work it is to like always be on the pulse and always be posting things on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that shit, Twitter. It can be a lot. So it does sort of take up, sometimes you like know things are coming up and you have them written down and whatnot, but because you're so focused, they're still fighting. Yeah, you're so focused on the now that sometimes you just get ahead of, you're not able to get ahead of yourself.
Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair are still going at it.
Oh, this is the brawl that may never end.
I love it. I don't know how, but they're still fighting, even when all of the security guards were there to separate them. But I think this feud kind of needed something like this, though, because we were talking about for weeks how, like, the Charlotte Tiffany Stratton feud didn't really feel like it was going anywhere. And now, at least with this, like, a brawl is a good way to sort of like keep things up. And it feels like that's what they're doing right now with the Charlotte Tiffany stuff.
We got a blonde bash in Barcelona.
Blonde bash in Barcelona.
Finally,
I told you it's gonna be Blondie Mania. Blondie Mania, baby.
She was able to push Tiffany Stratton out of the way. And she's begging to get free. And meanwhile, where is
Oh shit, wait, Tiffany's up there. What? Oh my god, is she about to do her prettiest moonsault? Oh, she did a swanton instead. So she did the prettiest moonsault earlier than the swanton right now. Okay, yeah, they definitely needed this for Tiffany. And I hope this means Miss TV is canceled. I don't think we're really sad about this Miss TV thing not happening and maybe being interrupted. I'm okay with that.
Can you believe how
Yes, Tiffany girl. Finally, you get some comeuppance.
there's a new queen?
Oh no, she walked into the LED board. That was funny.
Follow up, Miss.
I can't tell what they're saying.
Yeah, I would say it is very awesome.
Oh, they're
That is
saying
a way
awesome,
to
okay.
start off Miss TV.
Okay, so I guess Miss TV is still happening.
Anything
Sure.
can happen. So with that being said, bienvenidos al programa más importante en la historia. Bienvenidos a...
I applaud the
Miss
Miz
TV.
for trying some
My
Spanish
guest
today.
tonight should have taken my advice and accepted the final boss's offer. Instead, he got beat up by two great rappers, Travis Scott and John Cena. He is a man who will face John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania.
So I'm a little backed up right now on Super Chats. I'm about 10 backed up. So in case you guys are wondering, I will get to those after the Miz promo. I'm backed up. I have Dan, Cole, John, Day Day, Wesley, Wow, and John still to go. So just a heads up.
Of WWE, he is the American Nightmare.
Oh, Cody Rhodes. What's up to Barry? What's up, Barry? About Dad Online says great to catch a live watch along. Yeah, I was just saying. I'm so glad that we get to attract new viewers because, you know, it's different time zones. What's up to Cutest? Good to see you. All right, while Cody Rhodes comes out, let me try to catch up on some super chats here. Thank you so much to everybody who's supporting, by the way. Y'all keep a roof above me, so thank you so much. We got Dan Lutzka here who says $8,500 to meet Luger and Triple H. F that. I'm starstruck for talking to you, and I don't have to pay that much. I love that, Dan. Hey, I was gonna say I'm gonna start charging $8,500. Just kidding. I could never. That would be insane. I don't know how famous. Like, how famous should you have to be to charge $8,500 and have it be justified? Okay, that's a good question, actually. Who here would you pay $8,500 to meet? It could be anybody. It could be a wrestler, it could be a celebrity, musician, actor. Let me know if there's anybody that you would pay that kind of money to meet. Like, who is justified? Cole says Jesus. Pay $8,500 to meet Jesus for sure. I'd consider that a discount.
Cody Rhodes has made his bed, and he's quite.
We got Dino VR effort says they're just people. I know. John Taylor says Taylor Swift. I would definitely pay $500 to meet Taylor Swift. And the only reason I say that is I have been trying to meet Taylor Swift since I was 14, and it has not happened. It is so hard to meet Taylor. I might have the best of life. She's my idol, so I might pay $8,500 to meet Taylor and consider it a discount.
I'm gonna ask the hard-hitting question.
Dan says
right
maybe
here,
Axl
right
Rose.
now. I've already been interrupted by Tippy time, so I've got some time to go.
Oh!
Cody just took out the Miz.
Crossroads! How's that for an episode of Miz TV?
Wow, Miz TV was just not meant to be today. First, the brawl with Tiffany and Charlotte, and then Cody, his guest, just comes out and takes him out. But good, like, Cody has gone through some shit. He shouldn't be happy and nice all the time and polite. He should be mean,
I
mad.
don't want to talk to the Miz. I don't want to talk to anybody unless his name is John Cena. If you can find it worth your time to join us, John, on the road to WrestleMania next Monday.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're going to be under the same roof next week.
I'll be there too.
Cody is all business.
I like that. I like angry. I like angry Cody Rhodes. All right, Jose Alvarado says LeBron James. Daniel says $8,500. That would be Jenna and Ortega and take her out to dinner. She's very famous, so yeah, I think $8,500 is a good one. Let's see.
This Monday on Raw.
DJ Mitch says Caitlin Clark. Fair, okay. Manuel says George Washington. Don Rocha says John Cena babyface version. Let's see. Kyle Anthony says, I got to meet Becky Lynch last year, so I'm good. We got Amanda here says, longtime viewer, first time in the chat, waiting to pick up my son from school, so happy to catch a live. Yeah! I was literally saying, I'm so happy that I get to meet new people at this new hour. Amanda, thank you so much for being a longtime viewer, and I'm so glad you finally got to take part in the chat. And send some love to your son, and more kudos to you. I hope you and your family have a lovely weekend. Thank you, Amanda.
I don't know. I was told that he left the building.
All right, let's see what Damian Priest
do with that
says.
information what you will.
Of course he
Shinsuke
did.
Nakamura looks good with that black turtleneck, black blazer, black shades combo.
You got something to say? Yeah, I don't know what you just said, but I'm going to tell you something in a language that you understand and the people here in España understand. Estoy buscando una pelea.
Okay.
Y te voy a dar una paliza a ti.
Okay, so it looks like that's what they're doing
You know
today.
what I said? I'm looking for a fight, and I want to give him a beating.
Yeah, this would be a good win for Damian Priest, especially if they're going to get to Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. They got to give Damian Priest some good wins, and starting with Shinsuke is a good start, I think. All right, let's see who else they justify 8,500 to meet somebody. There's a couple in here, but to be honest, like I know what people's rates are. For example, for like signings and meet and greets. You would be like, your jaw would drop on the floor if you knew how much like certain wrestlers make to go to like Comic-Con or do appearances. Your jaw would drop on the floor with how much money they make. It is insane. Insane. And it's way more than $8,500. Let me tell you. $8,500 is on the low rate to like pay to and that's for example, like let's say, you know, when you see wrestlers at Comic-Con and someone flies them out and sends them out there and it's a whole thing or whatever, like the person in charge of that, like their day rate for that wrestler, it's up there, very, very up there. And of course, the bigger star you are, the more money you make. Like these wrestlers are making bank. When I tell you bank, they are making it. We got Cole here who says, are you streaming later? If not, go enjoy some jalapeno Cheetos. How'd you know, Cole, that I love jalapeno Cheetos? Did I say this already?
People as good as Cody, as good as Cena.
I'm not sure if I've said this before, but I love jalapeno Cheetos. Love them. So I'm not sure if I said this or you just like read my mind, but I'm not streaming later. I am gonna take Friday night off. These next 3 Fridays, I'm gonna have evening off, and I could not be more excited about that. I just want to. Sometimes I get my best ideas when I'm not working. Believe it or not, sometimes I'll be in the middle of something like watching a movie and I'll be like, oh shit, I should do this short idea, or oh shit, I should do this, oh shit, I should do that. And so yeah, I just need a break sometimes, and that's what I'm gonna do today. So today I'm not gonna be streaming tonight. This is the only stream for the day. And then I'm going to do the SmackDown post show. I'm not sure if Robin's joining me or not. So here's the deal with Robin. So Robin coaches basketball on Fridays at a school. And so he can't, obviously change his plans. Like that's a commitment he made. So he is going to come out of the basketball game and he's going to try to see how much he can catch up with SmackDown. We're doing a test run today and he's supposed to text me and let me know if he was able to catch up with the whole show. And if he is, then he can hop on and do the post show with me. And then if not, then I'm just going to ride solo. So it really depends on if Robin, how much of SmackDown he can catch up to for the post show. And then also tomorrow for Busted Open, Robin is actually filling in for Mark Henry. So tomorrow it'll be me and Robin on Busted Open. So that'll be very, very fun. Gives us an opportunity to, show the people what we can do together. Because we're friends and me and Robin get along very, very well. He's just a smart guy and very nice to talk to and just very, very, I respect him a whole lot. He's done a lot in the media business and I love that. Anyway, but Cole, thank you so much for the super chat. That was very nice of you for you to ask. We got John Taylor here says, so I was totally working and not watching Severance or browsing Twitter. Oh, I read this one. I'm sorry. Oh, did I skip some? I guess I skipped that one. Okay. We need Day Day here who says, oh wait, I read this one too. All right, we got Wesley West. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Didn't write anything, but Wesley, I don't care. Thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. So thank you, Wesley. And hope you're having a good Friday. We got Well-Rounded Leo who says, I don't like the priest disrespect. Punk, Rollins, and Roman. Roman. I really read Ramon. All right. I don't know. It's too early in the morning, guys. I'm not seeing Roman Reigns. I'm seeing Ramon. Ramon Reigns. Okay, anyways, Well-Rounded Leo says, I don't like the priest disrespect. Punk, Rollins, and Roman is busy. Damian is good. What else can Drew do? At least he will be on WrestleMania. It's not so much disrespect. I think it's just that there are certain wrestlers who get... Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Guys.
Reese has been enjoying this crowd in Barcelona
guys,
the past few minutes.
Was that a teaser for you-know-who?
It has been a wild...
Oh, shit, I kind of want to rewind. Hold on, I'm going to rewind, guys. Sorry. I'm going to have to rewind, and then I'll go live again. Hold on. I need to see that. Hold on. Let me see that again. Oh my gosh, that's totally, I think, a teaser for Rey Fenix. Yeah, I believe it is. Am I right, guys? Does that look like a teaser for Rey Fenix? All right, let me go back to the live feed because that looks like a teaser for Rey Fenix. Walking on the ropes, all of that. That's definitely got to be a teaser for Rey. Sorry, I wanted to make sure. I'm like, I need to go back. Okay, everyone here is looking like they agree with me. Okay, good. Because now I'm even more excited. All right. Woo, it's a teaser.
So now it's this version.
Boycott Activision says it could be Chad Gable. All right, and we're back on the live, by the way. Also, let me see, where was I at? Let me get into some super chats here so I'm caught up. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Well-Rounded Leo. What I was saying about this originally before I got distracted was that it's not so much that people are like disrespecting Priest or anything like that. It's just that, as we all know, certain wrestlers get hot at a certain period. Then sometimes their buzz dies down. Sometimes they get hot again. Buzz dies down. And right now, Drew McIntyre has far more buzz than Damian, and so the discrepancy is really, really there's a difference. There's a big difference right now, and I think Drew has sort of elevated himself to another level where he should be in matches with those guys like CM Punk, Rollins, and Roman, and all of those guys because of the work that he has done. And so I think that's what I'm saying. If they can get this Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest stuff hot, it can happen, right? So we'll see, but I think that's where people's reactions comes from, where they want Drew McIntyre to work with somebody that has the same current hype, buzz, momentum, or whatever you want to call it. That's where I think that stems from the most. Thank you, well-rounded Leo, for the super chat. We got John Taylor here who says, wrestling fans are creatures of habits. I'm surprised my non-wrestling friends haven't caught up on that. I never make plans on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Friday nights. Yeah, wrestling fans are creatures of habits. That's something that has been talked about for a long time, actually. That's why whenever, like,
Nakamura,
do you remember when SmackDown would be Fox, and then one random day we'd have a night on FS1, and the ratings would just go hella down? I think that's because people were like, it's not on Fox. I'm not putting it on FS1. Anyways, we're getting Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This should be a good win for Damian Priest. Thank you, John. John also says, ask Reg if he would pay $8,500 to meet Mama Wayne.
As you mentioned, there's a major
I think he would do $8,500 maybe for Stephanie Bacare, Lola Vice, and Mama Wayne all together. Thank you, John. We got Savasha E. Thank you so much, Savasha, who says your hard work does not go unnoticed. You have the best wrestling content on the internet, hands down. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Savasha. Thank you. It is so nice of you for sending in the super chat and also sending in some nice, encouraging words. It is tough out there, guys. It is so tough out here in this content creator world, but every time people are like, oh, I like your video, or I like your YouTube channel, oh, I like your podcast, or whatever the situation is, it always just adds this, like, okay, I'm doing something right? If you're connecting with one person, that says a lot. And so, Savasha E, I really, really thank you for sending this generous super chat and saying the things that you said. Stuff like that does not go underappreciated because I think as myself as a creator, I'm my harshest critic. So whenever someone says something positive, it's just like, validation. Again, connecting with one person is a really big deal.
And that is
Thank you so much, Sarmasha.
Power delivered.
We got Bryn Hoffman here says, do you sell your own merch for the DWO order? Yeah, I have a pro wrestling tee store, and then I also have a big cartel store. The links are in the description box, Bryn. But yeah, Pro Wrestling Tees is where you can find the DWO t-shirt. Thank you, Brent.
Well, this audience clearly has.
You got Day Day here who says, another live, you said you love jalapeno Cheetos, and you said you were going to try Mexican street corn Cheetos from Walmart. I love both so good. That's right. I'm trying. So right now I'm on my WrestleMania diet, guys. I haven't said this out loud to anybody, so I'm probably not going to be eating Cheetos for the next 36 days. So currently right now I'm on a WrestleMania diet, which is 36 days to WrestleMania. And then from there, my birthday's in May, so I also have my birthday diet. And my birthday's in 65 days. So from now until my birthday, so the first part is from now to WrestleMania, and then WrestleMania to my birthday, I am on a diet. And basically what that just means is I'm not eating like a crazy person. I'm limiting some things for myself, and I'm not eating late anymore because that's a thing that I do.
Nakamura off that second rope.
By the way, we're on a commercial break, but I'm still watching this match. I'm trying not to eat so late because then you don't get a chance to burn the calories. And I'm trying to cut down on junk food and eating outside. I've been eating in all day, every day. And I'm also like fasting a little bit. I'm drinking more water. Little changes to my diet to like make me just feel better. And my diet has been going for, today's the 5th day of my diet. And I am feeling a world of a difference just in I feel lighter already, and it's only been 5 days. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy. We got Lawan Rocket, Latuan, excuse me. I need glasses. Latuan Rocket, thank you so much for the super chat. That was very, very kind of you, and thank you for tuning in to the stream. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. We also have John Taylor here who says, that reminds me, watching you play WWE2K25 had me dying. I'm really glad you did that video. Thank you, John. I was almost not going to post that video, by the way, because I thought it was ass. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. I'm not going to post this. But then I was thinking to myself, okay, just start editing it and see how you feel about it. So I put the video up. on Premiere, and I started watching it, and I thought, you know what? It's not too bad. So I'm gonna like cut out some of the boring parts and then just post it up. And fuck it, whatever comes out of it comes out of it. And it ended up being one of the videos that I have received the most positive feedback about in regards to like so many other videos. Like I posted videos that I thought were brilliant, and they did not get nowhere near as the feedback this video got that I thought was awful. Like, so now I think I need to start posting the videos that I think are awful that I don't post, because those are the ones that end up being loved the most from the looks of it.
Weight of Shinsuke Nakamura a week removed.
So John, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I've been getting more comments on that video, like on Twitter and social media, than any other video. Any other video. Jose says, did we miss the Phoenix teaser? Just saw it on Twitter. I rewinded it. I rewinded it here. We didn't miss it. You probably just didn't notice because it's
a reset in
like there wasn't any words. It was just music.
Oxygen in the lungs. Instinctive move here from Priest, driving the forehead of Nakamura into the mat. Now, who can recover first?
What's up, Guru Shiki? Just so you know, if you are wondering how everyone's watching SmackDown, the directions are here on the screen.
Gives him massive striking advantages over almost.
Crowd's getting hyped for this match, by the way.
Opponents almost never out of range of those fists, of those feet.
Hey, what's up, David Zeldivar? Thank you so much for hopping in. Ash Nicole, good to see you. May 19th, fellow Taurus.
Oh, he was looking a
hell yeah.
And that is about the
You're welcome, Gurushiki. No problem. I put it up there because a lot of people were asking, and I'm like, oh crap. I'm going to probably spend the whole stream giving directions if I don't put something up.
And things have changed rapidly in this one. Now it's Nakamura on the back foot.
Thank you, Icy.
In the drop, so what on earth is Damian Priest cooking up here?
We got John Taylor here who says the 2K25 video worked because it was authentically Denise and quite relatable, and you're hilarious when you get flustered. I was so mad when I saw I got a lackluster rating. Oh my god. I started, by the way, creating a superstar. That was the first video I was working on. I got so frustrated, I didn't finish the video. I said, fuck this, I'm done. And I started a whole new recording. I'm like, that's it. I'm not doing this.
Able to get out of the way.
I won't post that one up, though, because I was just so frustrated.
But Priest has it blocked. How long can he keep that hold on?
Yeah.
Nakamura's broken it, and they all might be going next.
Thank you, John.
Trying to hyperextend that elbow.
Hey, Rich Calvin, thank you so much for the compliment on my collectibles. I'm going to be doing a video soon.
Back to the center of the ring.
You know what? I won't give any spoilers, but it has to do with collectibles.
Flips him over. Head over heels.
Hey, Michael Caputo says, I'm going with my friend to an Italian restaurant tonight. Wanted to say hi to you before I leave. Oh, go enjoy yourself, man. Have some pasta, some bruschetta, some tiramisu, some gnocchi on, like, for me, please, because I can't eat any of that right now. Oh, there's Drew.
Scottish Warrior has come out ringside, and here's the roll up by Nakamura.
Yeah, Italian food is my second favorite food. My first favorite food is Mexican food, and then it's Italian food. Oh, wait, or maybe it's like... Ah, he hits... Oh! DQ! Because Drew attacked Damian, which I don't mind. Again, it's a good way to heat this feud up. But I would have liked it if he just got the win and then attacked him. But Drew doesn't play by no one's rules, so I guess it's fine.
Seconds away from a cover and a likely pinfall victory. And Drew McIntyre, and now here they go. Priest and McIntyre.
On site, just like Damian Priest said. Oh, thumbs to the eyes.
Eye gouge. Kinshasa. Shinsuke took advantage and sent the Kinshasa right to the back of the head of Damian Priest.
Wait, Drew's not going to do anything to Shinsuke. He's just watching Shinsuke. What was that? He just like raised his eyebrows at him.
Only a warrior's understanding between Nakamura and McIntyre. Damage done. You're free to pick the bones now, Drew.
Look at the face.
CM Punk chant still to Drew. Poor Drew. He's never going to shake off the CM Punk chants ever.
You cashed in your money in the bank. You eliminated me from the Royal Rumble. You eliminated me in the Elimination Chamber. Well, this is what you get, Damian Priest.
As he sends him right into the barrier as hard as could be.
Yes. Spine first. Goes Damian Priest, who at this point,
oh man, full speed.
After a match with Nakamura and Kinshasa, and now this.
Oh man.
Priest has got nothing left in the tank. Just
we're halfway through SmackDown. We got an hour and a half left.
The steel steps.
Oh yeah, he's beating the life out of Priest right now.
That Drew McIntyre is putting on Damian Priest.
Burn his house down. I don't know why. That's going to be my new random chant from now on. Anytime someone beefs with anyone, I'm just going to yell, burn his house down.
You explain just
it's
why
the AEW fan in me coming out.
For Priest.
Oh, no. Oh, there you go. It froze for a second.
Himself as the teller of uncomfortable truths.
That's how I know you're really mad. Burn his house down.
In his mind,
I don't know why that's funny.
The righteousness of the Scottish
Maybe it's only funny to me, but I think it's hilarious.
Damian Priest this evening. Priest, what are you doing? Priest?
Oh my God, is he going back for more?
Look at those eyes.
I think today's ingredients that they sprinkled on SmackDown was brawls, fights. Like, where are all the security guards? All the security guards that were out there for Charlotte and Tiffany earlier. Where are they now that poor Damian Priest is getting his lights beat out of him?
That's a good one opportunity. You screwed me this whole year to get advantage of every one of my moments. I have nothing now but making your life a living hell.
Oh, yeah, we know Drew McIntyre will do just that.
That's exactly what he's been doing.
I can't wait till Drew McIntyre starts roasting Damian Priest on social media. Oh, that is going to be good. Has he made any mentions yet about the name that people like to call Damian Priest on social media? You guys know what name. Because if Drew McIntyre starts making jokes about that, I'm going to die. Or has he already? And maybe I just didn't see it. Now we got DIY.
Guys, I'm here with the WWE Tag Team Champions, DIY. Now, Tommaso.
DIY is hit or miss for me. Sometimes I like their stuff. Sometimes I'm a little out of it.
What makes you two so sure that you are going to walk out of Barcelona still the Tag Team Champions?
Kathy, I'm going to answer your question with a question. Why is SmackDown the greatest tag team division in all of professional wrestling right now? Because we are at the top of the mountain. All these other tag teams, they are trying to rise up to our level, Street Profits included.
The Street Profits are the way they are because of us. We made them better, but they're still not good enough. Second place. That's the story of the Street Profits. We want to smoke? No. In title matches, more like we want to choke. And tonight, Barcelona, Spain is going to find out what everybody already knows. The BTTITW is DIY.
I have one more question for you. How do you say moment of silence in Espanol?
Don't answer that. Nobody
Momento
cares
de
about your
silencio.
dumbass moment of silence. You didn't care about 20 years of friendship when you took a couple cheap shots to secure those titles. Well, now the joke's on you, isn't it? Because the entire tag team division is after the both of you.
You boys think we forgot what you did to win those championship titles? Hell no, we haven't. So just remember this. When you're done with the Street Profits, there's unfinished business between the four of us to take care of. Yeah? So go get them, guys. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay,
Enjoy.
good luck.
Have fun.
Yep, we're all rooting for you. Okay. Bye now.
Oh, there's Randy. Dude, Barcelona loves Randy. That's the second big pop he's gotten, and he hasn't even came out yet. Oh, yeah, I forgot they're doing Randy versus Carmelo. That should be a good match, by the way.
Sunday on WWE LFG.
Oh, it's this Sunday that Punk is on LFG. This is the episode I was waiting for.
Take this and cut a promo.
Yo, the stress levels. Imagine CM Punk looked at you, directly at you, and said, hey, cut a promo in front of me. Yo, everybody would be like, nah, pass. No thanks, pass. That's so funny. All right, where am I at? We got John Taylor. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Anthony Giuliano says you should do a room tour. I've done one. I think it's a little outdated. I think it's on the members only page. Have I done one on the members only page? I thought I did, like a room tour. I think I did one on the members only page. So go check that out if you guys want. That is up there for sure if you guys want to check that out. And then I'm trying to think about let me see what else. Because I did a room tour several years ago, but I don't live there anymore, so that's super outdated. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I did an office tour. I think it's on the DWO members only page. Thank you, Anthony. Well-rounded Leo says, the question is, besides Damian, who would you have Drew work with? Would people just want him shoehorned into the triple threat match? Well, let's think about that. I think right now with the way that the story was going, I mean, you could have, here's the thing with Roman, you could have done Roman and Seth, and you could have done Roman and CM Punk, right? So let's say if they would have done Roman and CM Punk, that would have left Seth. You could have probably circled back to Seth and Drew, or I don't know if you guys think Seth would be like an option that you would be intrigued in with Drew. And if they did Roman and Seth, they already did Seth, and I mean they already did Drew and CM Punk, so that wouldn't work. I'm trying to think. That's a good question, Leo. Who else would we want to see Drew McIntyre in there with that he hasn't already feuded with? I think I wouldn't have minded something, for example, like him and Randy Orton. I know I know Randy and KO are doing something right now, but I would like to see something like that down the line. I think that would be cool. Drew and KO at some point would be cool too, but I know they're both really angry right now, so that's probably not gonna work unless you just have two angry people. That could be a thing. Yeah, Rich Coven, Roman and CM Punk would have been epic. And that's the thing, by the way. I know we're all expecting for this triple threat match with Roman and CM Punk and Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. But I still want to see both of those singles matches. Roman Punk, Roman Seth. Like, I still want to see that at some point instead of just the triple threat. Alan says, I honestly thought it could have been Roman versus Drew. If they did Roman versus Drew, they could have done that for sure. Because then you could have ran back Seth and CM Punk. And maybe you could have done Seth and Page at WrestleMania, right? Oh, this was how the cards turned out, how they all went down. But thank you so much to Well-Rounded Leo for the super chat, though. Appreciate you, man. FC Barcelona. I did a tour of their, when I went to Barcelona, I did the tour of their stadium. I had to go into their locker rooms and stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff.
Welcome to SmackDown FC Barcelona.
Let's go back.
Joseph says, thank you, Joseph says, Denise, I got to shout out the hair tonight, girl. It's banging. I know. I was telling you guys, I finally found a trick for the bangs. I did a bang tutorial the other day.
She's all clear, girls.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to see how they followed this up with
Chelsea Green and her secret
Isla
agents
joining. I mean, sorry, not Isla. Alba joining Chelsea and Piper.
Narrowly avoided defeat after the debut of your new secret Purvis agent.
Kathy, have you seen the injustice that I have faced as your first ever, longest reigning, most dangerous United States Women's Champion? Huh? I've been thrown into matches by Nicholas. I put my body in harm's way against people like Michin, no less. So I did what any great leader would do when she has her back against a wall, I brought out my secret weapon. And now the Green
I'm so glad they found the spot
Administration
for
is in
Elba.
full force.
Oh, sorry, you said the Green Administration. You know what sounds better to me? And new WWE Women's United States Champion, Zelina Vega.
Hold
Piper.
up, Habanero. If you want to get to Chelsea,
Habanero.
you're gonna have to go through us.
That's funny.
Lucia Squad. That's fine. Next week, it'll be me and you. And then you and that title are all mine. Bye.
Cool off, Habanero. That's funny. Jay Growl says, I love how small Elba's tie is. I'm just glad they found a spot for her, to be honest. I was worried that they were just going to, like, ride her off.
Randy Orton's return, and now Barcelona gets their
We got Anthony Giuliano here. Says, I keep saying a 6-man Armageddon, Hell in a Cell, Rollins, Reigns, Drew, Punk, Cody Cena, the greatest Hell in a Cell match ever. I mean, talk about star power, that's for sure. Anthony, I like the vision. That sounds like something I'm going to play on WWE 2K25. For those of you guys wondering, the first match I did was Stephanie McMahon versus Rhea Ripley in a brawl. I don't know what I was thinking. Anthony, thank you so much, man. Yeah, Rated TV MA Lewis says, what a pop fact. Raphael Smith says, I can't wait to watch Sunday LFG on A&E. Yeah, same. That's the episode I was waiting for. Rich Coven, I agree. He says, I think Chelsea's doing amazing stuff. Facts. I think so, too. Melissa Cabello says, this episode of SmackDown has not been that good. I think that it's been, like, okay. It's been fun because of the crowd, honestly. They've been keeping the electricity on.
Weighing in at 290 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
We still got an hour and 16 minutes.
And Wade's been out for revenge against Kevin Owens.
Yeah, well, let's take you back. 4 months ago, KO destroying the neck of his former friend.
Dominic says, oh, speaking of Chelsea, she's going to be the honorary pace driver for the NASCAR Cup race in Vegas on Sunday. That's right. I did see her tweet about that.
Fighter left Orton's career in jeopardy, but fast forward to the Elimination Chamber 2 weeks ago when the Viper shockingly returned and made a beeline for KO. KO had just gone to
Hold on, guys. I just got a very interesting text message about a potential interview of someone I might interview. So let me respond very quickly.
That, of course, was not quite enough. Not done there. Lined up for a banned move of his own. The notorious punt. But KO just about managing to live to fight another day thanks to our security. But I promise you, there is hell coming in the near future for Kevin Owens, thanks to this man.
I think he would have sent his head to about Montreal based on the way he was lining that up. WrestleMania is presented by Snickers. Snickers satisfied. And by WWE.
And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes!
Wait, it seems like
All
every
right.
time Carmelo Hayes opens his mouth, there's another massive challenge in front of him. And that is how we
I'm trying to make an interview happen at the
this
moment.
here tonight against the
On
Viper.
It would be a really great one if it does, but you know, obviously you have to like pitch yourself and say like, hey, this is what I would love to chat with you about. And you know, if you're interested, let's do it, and let's see if it works out. We'll see.
Considering what KO put him through over the past 4 months.
All right, here we go. It's time for the Randy Carmelo match. We get Anthony Giuliano here. Since the last time we're getting a Hell in a Cell match we had was Undertaker, Austin, Rock, Angle, Rikishi, Triple H. I need to go back and watch that, by the way. It's been years since I've seen that. There's so much stuff that I haven't gone back and watched anything of. I was just talking about this the other day, actually. When we were talking about The Undertaker and Jeff Hardy in that ladder match. I hadn't seen it since the last time it happened. Isn't that wild? I think I'm like a person that watches things and then never goes back and rewatches them, and I think I should.
October 8th on NXT against Siobhan Evans.
Van Jones says, "Is this the main event?" No.
I mean, really.
We still got 1 more hour of SmackDown. Sorry, I had to do math in my head. I'm like, what time does this show start again? 12 o'clock? Oh yeah, it'll be over by 3.
He always has that look.
It feels like the main event, doesn't it?
Oh, really? Against the 14-time world champion.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Young Joe 15, why I thought Denise was asleep.
Yeah, how about a little return?
Probably because I was not moving and thinking.
Gonna get tossed around this
I was just
ring.
thinking of my my wording.
The cojones of Carmelo Hayes, though, doing that to a future Hall of Famer.
With each right hand. You see his speech is coming off the mat. And back for more into that ring post. And keep in mind with this international show.
Watch out.
This is vintage Orton. Just snap the front of the desk.
Sorry, guys, I got a follow-up. Oh, commercial break.
The front barrier.
Enjoy the match, guys. Let me right back really
this
quickly.
New reinforced desk was just snapped in half. Oh, no, you're fine. Please, you do what you need to do. Oh, Melo just with a kick to the gut.
The crowd
You want more? You'll get more.
Well, Melo, you can blame this Barcelona audience for that, who was screaming one more time to the Viper, and the Viper is not a man to disappoint.
What a treat for these fans here in Barcelona to see one of the living legends returning to singles action. He wants to give him more here, Wade.
That's the first time anyone's apologized for trashing our desk.
I know, it really is. I sort of like that, the respect for the desk. Orton is eyeing the announce desk again and considering another go at it.
Melo's got next to nothing in thus far, and that's exactly how this audience would have it. Drop toe hold, causing the throat of the Viper to land flush on that middle rope. It's pretty hard to fight when you can't get any oxygen in your lungs, and that really has changed the game there from Melo. What a smart, cunning move. From downtown, and this really would be the shot of all time if Melo can put the Viper away here.
All right. Woo.
Carmelo Hayes, for all his ability.
Dr. J. Merritt says, send in Denise good vibes as she lands the interview. I hope so too. And the person that I'm trying to interview is not really familiar with my work. So I have to send them a link to my channel and, all of that type of stuff so they can check out my stuff. Hopefully they don't click on my WWE 2K25 video. I was like, hey, there's a little bit of a bunch of stuff on there, but these are, some of the past interviews that I've done, and you can check hopefully some of those out. Not the don't check out the 2K. I didn't put that obviously, but internally I'm thinking don't watch my 2K25 video.
11th TV match of the year. That's a call.
So yeah, yeah.
And now Hayes goes right to that.
And I see, I am interested on SmackDown. I was just telling everyone I had an important text message to write back. When you got someone sending you a text, you got to respond right away, or else if you lag, they're not going to take you seriously.
Slowly but surely, he is closing in on that with the future Hall of Famer Randy Orton. What a 180 in his
All right, we got Dan Letzka here who says, when will Netflix update the Raw Vault section and add all the Raws? I don't know when, but I haven't really been too caught up on that, only because I still have the Peacock, and on the Peacock, they pretty much have everything. So I haven't had to worry about what's going up on Netflix. But I know obviously for international viewers and whatnot, it's a little bit more pressing. But for me, I still got the Peacock, so I'm pretty all right on that. But I don't know when they're planning on updating that type of stuff. I know they've been putting little by little, right? Hopefully they get to it because fans want to see stuff.
Aggressive.
And yeah, it's always nice to have a dedicated place where you can watch everything. Thank you so much, Dan.
Before his return.
I'll tell you this, since Melo
Christopher Marino says, just send them your Scott D'Amore and Stephanie interviews. True. Jay Krause says, send them your Braun Breaker first interview. That's so funny. People were so mean to me about that. That's why I'm I regret posting my Braun Breaker interview, because people are blaming me, saying he looks uncomfortable, and I'm like, bro, he's like that on every interview.
Now Randy Orton on the road to WrestleMania, starting to tap into that superlative best that only he can.
He's going to hang him up and bring it down. And this crowd can't get enough, but Carmelo Hayes able to counter.
Melo is one of the greatest movers I've ever seen in that ring, and he needed to be there.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Why did that look like that was on 2 times speed? That literally looked like that was on 2 times speed.
From Randy Orton, just when it looked like Melo had the wind in his sails, instinctively.
I almost thought my stream glitched or something because that went so fast. Thank you, Eggsy. Says, Denise, you did fantastic work interviewing Harley Cameron. I had the best time chatting with Harley. She's a very fun person.
How good does this feel for Randy Orton to get back at it in front of a crowd?
Damn, this crowd really loves Randy. It's great to see.
4 months out and now at his exceptional best already.
Mike Santoni says, thanks for the stream. Now I can spend time with my girlfriend. Watch her show tonight. Good. I imagine you guys are always probably like, hey, let's watch something I like. Let's watch something I like. That happens to me all the time. Thank you, Dan. He says, I absolutely love the interview with Stephanie, Harley, and Scott. Denise. Yes. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Nothing is more important to me than people actually enjoying my interview.
Finish the job. What a career-defining victory this would be for the young upstart who dominated NXT.
Is he looking for nothing but net? Is he going for it? Randy gets out of the way.
Yeah, talk about great movers.
Jay Growls 9 says, who are some of the easiest people to interview? The easiest person to interview.
Oh my, Hayes! Into the cover.
Are people that are very, very experienced and have larger than life types of personality. I feel like those are usually the easiest people. I think Chelsea Green is a great interview. She just gets it. She gets media so much. You can ask her any question and she'll find a great way to answer it. I think she's brilliant at it. Thank you so much, Riley Welch, for tuning into the stream. Cole says, hope that Rock interview works out. I'm definitely not messaging with The Rock, but I would love to obviously interview The Rock. But I would love to, but yeah.
Every step of the way.
Probably have me on his contacts list as Lisa.
Barcelona can't get enough of the Viper.
I'm just happy I've gotten 2 questions in.
Of Randy Orton.
A move right out of his father's.
Hey, what's up, John Deller? Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. Cole says throwing it out into the universe. Yeah, I should probably manifest better. I need to start manifesting interviews that I want to happen.
I think we all know what's coming next.
So does all of Spain. And here it comes.
Icy says LMAO The Rock would say sure thing, Lisa. I doubt it. I doubt it.
Gets tossed back.
Ooh, I like how you blocked the RKO.
Delivers it. Carmelo
Hayes. Didn't block it that time though.
Nowhere. Absolutely out of nowhere. RKO.
I love it. And the counting in Spanish is great.
Here is your winner, Randy Orton.
Did you see
Adam Ryder says The Rock will be at least 3 hours for your interview. Dude, if I could get a 3-hour interview with The Rock, that would be insane. Insane.
The best of Barcelona. FC Barcelona ringside to watch one of the best.
Manuel says The Rock says it doesn't matter what your name is. Did you guys see that edit I posted on social media? I love that edit. It's probably my best video that I've ever, my best short video that I've ever done.
Oh, that's what you get, Melo.
Another one.
You may have just missed right there.
Understandably, Melo's playing a little scrambled at the end there. One final.
Jill says, what does The Rock ask for your soul for you to get his interview?
We were seeing a different version.
I might consider it. I'm not like Cody Rhodes. I don't got millions. I don't got no championship. I might sell my soul. I've got nothing to lose. Only except my soul.
Into the sky of...
It's Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens just pulled Carmelo Hayes out of the ring.
The first time we've seen KO since the Elimination Chamber when he got mugged out and he just...
Wow, this camera's like moving so fast. I'm starting to think it's my stream. Ain't no way they're moving that fast. Everyone looks like they're on 2x speed.
Earlier tonight on Friday Night SmackDown.
Juan Ortega, I'm dead. Denise Salcedo. Wild. Julio says Denise will have adrenaline in her soul if she gets to interview The Rock. Yo, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, what's the first question you ask The Rock? Honest question. If you had a sit-down interview with The Rock, what is the first question you ask? Real talk. Where do you even begin?
Batu got the last laugh and a lot of damage done.
OJ, take him out. He's not on your level. Take him out. Hey, you know what time it is. Run the play. Yeah, G. All right, Brian, let's keep it 100. Dog, you really think you could get with me? Huh? You really think you could touch this? Man, hell no. All right, let me double back on this again. Remember, live from coast to coast. Live from post to post. Oh, bruh, I'm about to dog walk your ass. So next week, me and you, Brian, we about to run.
Yes, good.
Got it, I mean, 5, 2.
Oh, he's definitely feeling like the new leader of this bloodline. Standing in the center, is doing all the matches. Okay, let's see what people are saying. What does it smell like? What are you cooking?
223 days.
Rich, I would ask The Rock, can you keep things kayfabe? Why do your movies suck? You would like literally, Adam, lose your interview like right then and there. Brent Hawkins says, what is your vision for the future of WWE? That's where you would start? Wow, okay.
Title defense is deep, but the
let's see. Kufuli says he's going to cut you off and say it doesn't matter what your question is. Hilara says, what would you have done with Cody's soul? Jade Grouse, what's your Waffle House order for 2? That's so funny. Clown says, what do you wear when you're doing voiceovers for Disney cartoons? Get them to laugh to start making. Hey, that's a good question. Like in general, Clown, that's actually a really good question to ask people. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how you, like, where would you even begin with a Rock interview? I have, like, legitimately no idea. Oh, yay. Okay, guys, I just got a text from Robin, and it says that he's going to be able to make it for the post show. Yeah, so we should be good to do the post show today with Robin. So great to get his thoughts and inputs here today. So it'll be fun. Let's go. All right, let's see what else everyone is saying here. Cutest662 says, love it when Fatu spazzes out. Yeah, I love when he just goes crazy and he starts talking and you're just like, I think I follow what you're saying, man. I kind of follow what you're saying. Let's see. Paul here says he would sell his soul to The Rock. Hey, man, get it. If Rock's asking for your soul, I'm just saying, probably most ordinary people might actually sell their soul. Thank you so much, Montgomery Matthew, for the kind comment. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm excited about having a Friday night off. After this, I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna do the podcast, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and do the whatchamacallit. I'll upload the video, get that going, cut some clips, and then I'll probably do a couple more work stuff, and then pretty much call it a day. So I'll end the day earlier today. So I'm really excited about just like wrapping things up for today. Ooh, I don't even know what I'm going to do Friday night. The world is my oyster tonight. Rich Coven says, this is a fun place to hang out and talk wrestling. Hell yeah, Rich. That really makes me glad to hear because I'm trying to obviously, get more people to tune into the live streams and, watch more of the videos. So I feel like people feeling like this is a good place to come out and just chill. That's obviously a great start for sure. Mike Kowinski for The Rock says, who was the wrestler you had the best in-ring chemistry with? See, that's a great question. It's a great question. I don't know if that's what I would kick off with, but it would be the great question for sure. Mike Kowinski, I'm noting that. I'm stealing some of your guys' questions right now. Let's see what we got here. We got Kuful 1980 says, were you upset about Christian not winning the AEW title at Revolution? Absolutely not. I was thrilled. Well, to be honest, I'm not even going to say thrilled. I was never expecting Christian to win the title. I don't think anyone really was. What is this? Hold on. What is this? 4 and Smoke. What is that for? That's another teaser? 4 and Smoke.
The ring general Gunther.
4 and Smoke. What does that mean?
Crowd here in Barcelona. Speaking
4
of
and
crowds
Smoke.
And those who speak
420?
How about Pat McAfee?
420? Oh, you're thinking the same thing I was. 420? It is coming up.
Is sold
oh,
out,
yeah. Ricardo says maybe Malachi Black.
92 minutes. The big evening
maybe.
with Pat McAfee and friends in Pittsburgh on April 9th.
Well,
a complete sellout. All the tickets were gone in 90.
I'm not really sure what the 4 is for.
Seemingly in recent weeks has a
for the Smoke and Britain Hawkins. It was literally just a black screen with Smoke and then the number 4.
The road to WrestleMania in Europe starts tonight here in Barcelona.
I don't know. I'm going to say Malachi Black or 420. One of those two.
I just had to be here. Just one regret. I wish we would be in Madrid instead.
All right, let's see what Gunther says. Oh, he said they wished it was in Madrid. I've never been to Madrid. Everyone's saying Riddle confirmed 420. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, 420? What are we doing?
Because all of you love Jey Uso. Because he's wasting his time dancing around amongst you, waving his hands like an idiot just to entertain you. But once this bell rings, there's no substance to it. It doesn't mean a damn thing. So I heard there's a kid. They call him the best wrestler out of Spain. One of the most promising talents in WWE right now. You all love him, but I'm gonna prove right now that this doesn't mean a damn thing.
Wait, who's Gunther talking about? Did they announce a match for Gunther?
Here he is, your national hero, Axiom.
Oh, Axiom! Axiom. Wait, Axiom versus Gunther? What? Oh shit. Axiom versus Gunther. That's kind of wild.
Well,
All right,
is
this should
one
actually be
half
a
of
fun
the
matchup
NXT
here.
Tag Team Champions.
I'm here for it. Let's see what we get out of this.
The following contest is scheduled for
This should be
one
fun.
fall. Making his way to the ring, he is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, representando a España, Axiom!
Oh, I love it. Lillian
Garcia
busted out some
herself grew up
Spanish.
in Spain. Yes,
I love
Axiom,
it.
who grew up here in Spain, the first native Spaniard to be signed by WWE.
Oh, wow.
When he started his career,
I did
in
not
some
know that.
incredible wrestling promotion, and now gets this magical moment.
Yeah, this is a man who is.
Jose Alvarado says, did Gunther just expose the joke that Axiom is A-Kid? He did say A-Kid, didn't he? He definitely did.
Competing
Dang.
against the Hardy Boys.
That's right. I
at
forgot
NXT
she is from
Roadblock this
Spain,
past
I
week, where
think.
he was
Wow,
every
I'm
inch
just
their
forgetting
equal,
everything
but what
today.
a test this is in singles action for the
All right, here we go.
Spaniard
Gunther Axiom.
By the way, that was awesome at the theater at Madison Square Garden. The NXT Roadblock.
This should be fun.
This past Tuesday, Vic Joseph and Corey Graves and Booker T.
Another power
Out
versus
of the
speed kind of
mind with
match.
The energy there as Axiom was getting after it, as you mentioned.
Imagine how much faster Axiom is
against the
going to
Hardys.
move
Well, everyone wants to compete
in his
front of their
own
home
country.
fans.
He's
I'm
just
not
going to be
surprised
like,
Axiom heads
he's
straight
probably
out
riding
there,
on
but
some
I don't
crazy
know if this is
adrenaline right
wise.
now.
You got to pick your moments, and taking on Gunther, well, there's simply never a good moment.
Of course, Gunther himself was in New York City this week as well, fresh off of that visit with a surprise attack on Jey Uso after Jay's match, put him out in the sleeper hold.
Soccer chances start here as Gunther goes for the big job. Whoa, Axiom's actually a hell of a soccer player. He supports Barcelona, but he was on the books of Real Madrid. When
Wow, look at that reaction. Damn. Everyone's losing their shit. That's great. That's so great. This must be like a really cool moment for Axiom.
Shows are just flat out events.
This is like a Champions League fixture.
Honestly.
Gunther is a massive Bayern Munich fan.
Every time WWE comes to Europe, and this is going to be a stretch
Oh,
over 3
nice.
weeks. Oh, he locks him up. Look at Gunther's face.
Yeah, just when Gunther was going for that big job, he may have taken Axiom too lightly here.
Oh, big kick by Axiom.
Well, this is much like Charlotte Flair earlier tonight taking B5.
All
right, game changer.
Can you?
Yeah, I was going to say, once you get hit with a chop, your ass is going down no matter how fast you are. All right, we're on a commercial break, but I don't get any ads, so I'm still getting to watch this match during the 3-minute commercial break.
Gunther came out and spoke to the crowd here in Spain.
Louis says, I think Lillian's
Said,
Colombian,
"I'm gonna
not from
bring out
Spain. Let me
your
check where
kid."
Lillian Garcia's from.
Well, the kid is the well-respected
I thought she was from Spain. Let's see.
Tag team champion.
Lillian Garcia.
From
What
Spain.
is Lillian?
Gunther, of course, was the NXT UK heavyweight champion, and we ain't in tag action tonight. This is singles, and this is where Gunther reigns.
Wow, she's got her father was actually Puerto Rican. I don't know where her mom was, but she did go.
Never slow down theme. Well, you get
She
slowed
did
down
grow
a
up
bit
in
when you take the
Spain.
chops
She
from
was
Gunther.
there
That was a
for several years.
chop from the big Austrian.
She is
who
fluent
now
in both
toying
English and Spanish. I
with
have heard
Raw
her sing in
Axiom.
Spanish in the
It's one
past.
thing to have this physical challenge
Um,
for Axiom. It's another thing with all the
Yeah, so
emotion
she
he's
was
gotta
in
be carrying
she
into the
was
ring here tonight.
in Spain for several years.
And thankfully for Axiom, right now he's tapping into it, knowing family, friends, countrymen are in the audience, but sometimes
She lived in Madrid.
that can make you get a little.
Look at me, I'm
ahead of
learning
yourself
everything
on
about
what you're
Lillian right
plotting
now.
ahead, and that is
I
where
never actually
Gunther
really
is at his
ever
best,
checked
picking
her
you apart,
Wikipedia page. I
slapping
think that
you
may have been the
into
first time I
multiple
ever checked her Wikipedia
torturous
page.
submission holds.
All right, 1 minute, 30 seconds left.
Saw Gunther in action against Otis. Jey Uso actually came out at the end of that match to try to defend Otis, as was the case when Gunther, prior to that,
Round to Earth. It's a little weird, bro. I'm gonna have to ban you. I don't like when people write comments like that to me. It's a little strange.
Now the crowd oohing and eyeing with every one of these brutal, thunderous chops.
Jay Girl says, Denise, that's your best friend. You guys shared a box at Elimination Chamber. You should have known. For reals, bro. I didn't know that one. I see also saying Kane is from Spain too and can speak fluent Espanol.
All of the wind out of the sails of your opponent.
We got CJ says, not gonna lie, popped when Gunther said Axiom NXT stand up. Yo, for real. Shout out to all the NXT peeps. All right, we're back from commercial break in 25 seconds. It's so quiet. 9 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm waiting for them to come back so they can start getting the match moving and we can hear some sound.
Gunther in action against
Edgar Cabachula. I put the directions on the screen for you, so if you read this right here, it will tell you.
So now that's what he's doing with Axiom.
Trying to rip the mask. Luchador.
Hope that helps.
That was a ligament shredder.
And then to the back of the leg from Axiom, who all of a sudden has some hope.
Well, Gunther stopped trying to win the match and simply tried to humiliate Axiom.
This is where he's at his best. And it's off the top rope from Axiom.
All right, we're back. Here we go.
The world heavyweight champion to this connection, those high octane moves.
I love it. He's like drop kick and the fans are like, woo!
NXT. He's got a huge feat
So funny.
on Raw or SmackDown. But wow, what a victory this would be. In the lead up to WrestleMania, how to put yourself on the map.
He can deliver some incredible moments. He did that.
Thank you so much, Kingmaker, for the kind comment, by the way. Thank you.
Tag Team Championships with that collaboration that WWE is doing. He had a top rope springboard moonsault to the floor on the Hardys outside the ring in New York this week.
Icy says best match of the night so far, honestly.
The strength, the skill. Axiom able to fight out of it, roll into it. Nearly coming up. Upset sinking, brings the knee.
Straight to the jaw of Gunther, who is completely rocked.
Oh my, oh my.
Thank you, Adrian. It's very nice of you. And Adelia Chamberlain, thank you so much. Joseph.
What a kick out off the power bomb.
Yo, this match is killing it, though. They're having fun. They are having fun. Right now, I feel like they can do anything in this, and the crowd will eat it up because of Axiom.
Of a partisan home crowd pulling you through.
Spain's native son rallying here, coming up, showing will and heart. Able to kick out of that power bomb that Gunther delivered.
I mean, this match should have been long gone, and now perhaps attempting a Spanish fly. Was Axiom denied by Gunther? May get a take two on this.
Roof will come off of this place if he can hit the Spanish fly on
Gunther. Gunther just too strong.
No.
Oh, I thought he was about to powerbomb him off the top for a second. I was like, oh no. Oh my gosh, people are going crazy. We got Icy here who says Axiom is a very good babyface and Gunther is a very good heel. We got Joshua Bones who says, how are you, Denise? I'm doing good, man. Enjoying SmackDown very early. It's nice. It's kind of weird, but not too weird though, right? It's not too weird, is it?
Enough in the tank to kick out.
That golden ratio, the way he flies in with that kick, all the momentum.
Christopher Marino says this match shows why Gunther is so good, makes his opponent look great without looking weak.
But we've got to get a winner.
Paul says, I've only been listening I've only been listening to your stream while I fix a client's computer. Love the crowds and your reactions to everything. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
One of the great surprises for this massive crowd here in Barcelona. This level of match from the Spaniard.
Thanks, Joshua. I'm wearing my Chelsea green shirt. I love this shirt. The second I saw it, I was like, I need to buy that shirt. I think she has some of the best merch. There was I wanted to buy the Cactus Jack version of her shirt too. What was she, like Cactus Green, I think she was going under. I wanted to get that shirt too.
That's gotta be it.
Oh, good job, Axiom. You lost, which we knew you would, but still, good job, buddy. Good job. That was probably the best moment he's had. Like, I can imagine, like, you know, him and Nathan Frazier have had incredible matches as a tag team, even as opponents when they were opponents very early on. And they've done a lot of really cool things, but I feel like this might be on the top of Axiom's list since it's in Spain, you know? And it's against Gunther. And when you're getting that kind of a reaction in your home, like that is that's not something that you can just write off, you know. That's going to be an incredible moment. Zeno Hour in the building says great showing. Yeah, for reals. I'm really happy for Axiom. That was a really cool career moment for him. And he's such a good performer too. He's a good wrestler. I mean, God, Axiom and Nathan Frazier got a lot of love from people for the end of the year 2024 like awards when people were voting like their favorite tag teams and stuff. They got a lot of love because they really did kill it on NXT. They were one of the few NXT acts that got a lot of love. Hey, what's up, Delano Steele Jr.? He says, who's the next opponent you'd like to see Stephanie Becerra face? I think she might face Jada Parker. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go with Jada Parker. Thank you, Delano. But I would like to see her, because I love the women of NXT. I would love to see her. Oh, here we go. We got the big.
Heyman joining us live next.
Oh, I guess it's just Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's up next. I'm not sure if we're going to see Roman or any of these other guys, but at least Paul Heyman will be on. So to answer your question, Delano, by the way, we're on a commercial break. What I like about the NXT women's division is that there's just so many different women. So I would still love to see Stephanie versus Soruka, Stephanie versus Kalani. Ooh, Stephanie versus Kalani. Let me say that one twice. Let me say that one twice. Those are two matches for sure that I would want to see. I'd still want to see like literally her versus anybody. I really do think that she is one of the very best. So I want to make sure that she kind of faces everybody. That's going to be the best part about her being champion is that she can work with anybody. Thank you, Delano. Let's see who else we have here. CJ here says, being from the UK feels weird seeing the show this early, but good weird. It's nice to catch up with you live as well. Hell yeah, CJ. Thank you so much. This has been very, very cool because I've been seeing a lot of people pop up here on the stream that I don't normally get to see at the normal time slot that I usually stream at. So this has been great to just like connect with so many new people. And it's just very nice. Thank you, CJ. Let's see what we have here. Zeno Hour says Nathan Frazier must avenge his partner. Yo, I would totally want to see Nathan Frazier versus Gunther. I would love to see that. And let's see what else we got. We got Dan Leckaby here who says, agree, that was a great match. Jay Grouse 9 says Fraction has been the best tag team of the year, last year. Joseph Ramos says, Denise, do you see Soruka taking the belt off of Chelsea next week? That'll be interesting. It would be interesting. I was expecting Soruka to be a champion, but I thought like the second she came back from her torn ACL, I thought that Soruka would be a champion like instantaneously, but you know, it just didn't happen. And there were so many new girls that got more attention on NXT that came in. And so it kind of pushed some of the ones that were like on the rise a little bit to the side. And I feel like that's what happened with Soruka. Like I thought Soruka was going to be the inaugural NXT North American Women's Champion. I was so shocked when she lost that match. Love Kalani, but I was thinking it was going to be Soruka. And so I think Soruka has been on the precipice of leveling up on NXT for quite some time. I don't think she'll beat Chelsea Green. Again, Chelsea Green is like a main roster act, and she's doing so well, and they're clearly expanding her stable, her new group. Now she has a stable. You can call it a stable. It's 3 people. It's a stable to me. So she's expanding. So we'll see what happens there. We got code B4 says no Roman, just Paul. Yeah, they just announced Paul Heyman right now. And let's see what else we got. Adam Reidner says, who's your fave? See the stinger in the background. He's my fave. I love Sting. I've been wanting to update that though, because I got a Will Ospreay pillowcase. And obviously I'm not going to use it on my pillow. So I'm going to use it like a flag, and it looks really cool. I think I might put the Will Ospreay flag up pretty soon. Oh, let me put the audio back on since we're back on Raw. Thank you so much, Adam Reidner. Hey, what's up, Brandon Williams? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Welcome. Desi Baby says Roman is advertised for the next 2 weeks, not this week. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Desi. Let's see. Adrian says Stephanie could even wrestle a broom like Kenny Omega did. And it would be great. It would be great. And we got Darkwing 19. He says, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. Denise is the best host around. Thank you, Darkwing. Let's see. Okay, Cody. Code B. Let me see this. Am I reading this right? Code RB4B4 says, yes, I've only seen your interviews, joining your live for the first time. Nice vibes here. Who's getting the next call up from the NXT Women's Division, according to you? I would imagine that would be Roxanne Perez, right? At this point, I mean, she's dipped her toes into the main roster water a whole lot. I think people are just waiting for the official announcement. So I would say Roxanne Perez. For the men, I think Trick Williams needs to go to the main roster already. I feel them keeping Trick Williams on NXT longer is kind of taking away from his momentum. I feel like he had a lot of really good momentum for a good amount of time. And now since he's starting to feel like it's starting to feel like he hit his expiration date, and so I want to see him go over to the main roster already too. So I'm gonna say Roxanne for the women, Trick for the men. Let's see. Paul, I don't want Stephanie to vacate the title. I would rather just have her lose the title to somebody instead of vacating. It just means like a whole lot more to me, I think, and to people. People take things more seriously when there's an actual victory, an actual victory. Race P says we need Melo and Trick to reunite at some point. Oh yeah, for sure. It's got to happen. At some point when they both find each other on the main roster, it will happen.
Roman was about to end it for Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, so I'm wondering if we're getting an in-ring promo from Paul, or is he doing a sit-down interview? Like, what are we getting from Paul Heyman today? Yes, Delano says, agreed. Trick Williams extending his time on NXT can devalue his brand. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Thank you so much, Mossberg. Says, thanks, Denise, for all your coverage. Your authentic cheerfulness is why I always tune in for your content. Glad you're seeing growth and success. Thank you so much, Mossberg. I really, really thank you for the kind comment, and thank you for tuning into the stream. Hope you're having a good Friday.
On 2 things, and don't worry, much like
all right, I'm going to shut up so we can hear Paul.
Of a certain architect, a visionary, I'll keep this short and sweet. Today, all over the world is officially Roman Reigns Day. It's Roman Reigns Day because today is the release of the WWE 2K25 video game. I'm sure everyone here tonight will go home and play the video game. I'm sure everyone at home is going to play the video game, but please wait till SmackDown is over
we like to keep our ratings high, especially during my segments. Item number 2. Apparently, there are some people who have a problem with the fact that it's Roman Reigns Day, or that Roman Reigns is on the cover of the WWE 2K25 video game. One of these people, when it comes to being my friend, is the best in the world, CM Punk.
I'm curious to see what he's got to say about CM Punk now. Hey, what's up, Nick Steele? Thank you so much for hopping in.
Unfortunately, it's not CM Punk Day. It's Roman Reigns Day. And it sure as hell not, nor will it ever will be, Seth freaking Rollins Day.
Oh no, we're getting the Seth Rollins singing. I'm so over the over it.
I hate that freaking song.
Me too, Paul Heyman. Me too.
Now, if anybody has a problem with the fact that I hate that freaking song, or that it's Roman Reigns Day, or that Roman Reigns is on the cover of the WWE 2K25 video game, then you can say it straight to the face of your tribal chief in Bologna, Italy, because next week your tribal chief will be... Hey, whoa. Don't boo. All you have to do is buy a plane ticket on Cheapo Airlines and fly over to Bologna.
Savage.
It's not like Mussolini is sitting there waiting not to let you through the border.
No.
Next week, when Roman Reigns appears
Damn, Paul Heyman's not holding
on
back.
SmackDown, you can say anything you want straight to his face. And that's not a prediction. That's
a spoiler.
A spoiler.
Oh, the Heyman European edition.
That was funny. Paul Heyman definitely went all in there. And was I like the crowd like basically booing that Roman Reigns wasn't going to be there. Go buy yourself an airline ticket. That was funny. Twisted's like, no way he mentioned Mussolini. Yeah, he really did. He went there. I was like, oh,
Airlines. You can
okay.
For Europe, 6 straight TV shows. And next week, expect a roaring
You do
crowd
you,
in
Paul.
Emilio Romano.
You do you.
Best city, Bologna.
Italy.
Get your mortadella
Oh,
and
I
your
love
tortellini
Italy.
and brodo.
Look
Prossima
how pretty it
settimana,
looks.
venerdì sera. Friday night.
Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous of everybody who lives in Italy. There it is. Roman Reigns returns to Italy next Friday.
The OTC.
Damn. Imagine being in Barcelona, Spain, and you're like, I really want to see Roman, but he's going to be on the next 2 weeks, just not in your city.
First match since making her return,
Jade
and it
Cargill
comes
versus
against
Liv
Liv
Morgan next Friday. Okay.
Tag Team Championship, Jade and
And Zelina Vega wants U.S. title gold, but to get there, she needs
And
to get
Zelina
through
Vega
the
versus
green
Piper Niven.
regime first. Up first, Piper Niven next week on SmackDown.
Bologna is a city that loves a big porchetta, and we've got a serious
Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. That's the one. That's the one. I'm excited for.
That is next Friday night. SmackDown.
All right. Looking good. I think next week's SmackDown might be a little bit stronger than this week's SmackDown for sure.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so is this the main event?
Problem.
Street Profits and DIY?
No, there's no problem. What made you think we would have a problem with you? No. We're here to wish you luck in your title match. I hope you win. Because when you do, we love nothing more than to take this titles off of you. So like I said, buena suerte, caballero. Buena suerte.
Oh my gosh, the way he's mocking his laugh.
Hey, you already know what it is. It's your illustrious Street Profits. And for the last 4 years, you know what's mighty funny, dogs? That's all we've been hearing. Noise, 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 noise. But guess what? Tonight, we put all the critics to sleep and we wake everybody else up. Talk to them, dogs.
DIY, tonight is not the time for talking. Tonight, we walk out as your new WWE Tag Team Champions because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
Let's go.
All right, I think this is the main event. We only got 28 minutes left on the show, so I imagine this is the main event, right? Am I forgetting something else they promoted?
It's scheduled for one fall, and it is for
I'm trying to see if I forgot anything else that they promoted.
Championship. Introducing first the challenger at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Trumpet.
It has been since January of 21 since they've held championships. They get their chance to
I wonder if we get the Street Profits winning. I feel like if this is the main event, they might actually win the title. I feel like that might be the reason why this match is the main event. But in the meantime, we are on a commercial break, everyone. So in the meantime, I do want to go ahead and take a second and show some love over to our sponsors. We got quite a few. So really quickly, let's give some love over to Mando, shopmando.com, everyone. You want to make sure you smell good? Get Mando. Nobody likes bad BO. Don't be a heel at the workplace or at home. Instead, be a baby face and smell delicious with today's sponsor of this video, Mando. What makes Mando different? It has whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, balls, thighs, folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, and feet. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. The solid deodorant stick is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. The spray deodorant is aluminum-free and ideal for hard-to-reach places. All products are baking soda-free and paraben-free. You can choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code Denise at shopmando.com, shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Alrighty, guys. Once again, if you want to help support our sponsor, that's shopmando.com. Use the promo code Denise, and you guys can get yourself $5 off. We've had a couple of people who've checked out Mando, so that's been really, really great to see those that have gone and checked it out. Melissa Cabello says Denise's sponsors are not PG. Not our Blue Chew one for sure. Our Mando one is the Mando one is technically PG, unless you don't consider butt cracks being PG. I'm not sure if butt cracks are PG or not. But I do want to take a second, everybody, and let you guys know. I'm not sure how many of you guys follow me on Instagram, but I do want to take a second to promote my Instagram page because I lost like 50 followers. I don't know why. So hopefully some people will follow me back because yesterday I was at 106 and now I'm back down to 105. So I don't know what I did, but if you guys can help somebody help me out, head on over to Instagram at _ Denise Salcedo and check out my page. Give a follow. I'm trying to get back up. I'm trying to grow the page. I don't know why I lost so many followers in one night. I don't know what I did, but head on over there at _ Denise Salcedo. Help a girl out trying to blow up the page. All right. In the meantime, let's see. All right. We're back on the show. Perfect timing. Who is that? Oh, it's Gunther.
Jimmy.
He's having a little talk with Big Jim.
We have some things in common. See, I got a younger brother. And you, I mean,
I didn't even post my gameplay on Instagram.
You're obviously the more mature one. So I wanted to talk to you.
You know what? Let me post my
link. You see the
link.
match I just had?
I did.
The guy, and I mean, just like Jay, he left it all out there. Just like Jay always does. But at the end, I choked him out and left him laying like a wet towel. So if Jay doesn't step back from his decision to face me at WrestleMania, I'll have to do the same to him. Jimmy, I'll have to hurt him. So can you, as the more mature one, have a word with him and make the right decision for it?
You know what, Gunther? I honestly think you got this whole thing backwards, Zeus. Yeah, the disrespect, running up on me, talking about I need to go tell Jay this and tell Jay that. Well, check this out, Zeus. At WrestleMania, the ring general drops rank, Zeus, and will drop the WWE Heavyweight Championship to the main event. Yeah, at Sin City, we eating those.
Well, yay! Glad that he believes in Jay. Another person that believes in Jay, even though Jay was saying nobody believed in him.
About your maturity. I tried. I really did.
We're 36 days away
All right.
from WrestleMania 41.
Here we go.
Jey
Back
Uso
to the
and
main
Gunther.
event.
We are
DIY's about to come out here.
From the WWE Tag Team.
Thank you so much, Joshua. He says, I already follow you on Instagram, Denise. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, man. We got Aaron Kane in the house, and he says, I love Gunther.
The WWE Tag Team Champions, Johnny Gargano.
Hopefully this match is good. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. We got 4 really great performers here,
Their
so
second
hopefully it does.
as tag team
Hopefully it
titleists.
does well.
DIY has actually seen the Street Profits interfere with their last 2 title defenses. Most notable, of course, that epic 2 out of 3 falls match in front of 76,000 in Indianapolis at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and it's actually benefited DIY each time inadvertently because they've maintained the gold, and that was the plan of the Street Profits, because the Street Profits want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A, take out the team DIY who dropped the Street Profits.
We got CJ here who says, I love Gunther. It actually annoys me that people try to call him boring because of the poor booking back end of last year. Yeah, I love Gunther, man. I feel bad too that, you know, that people have gotten bored of him, but it's not like his fault. The stories just wasn't there. I think he's just a really great wrestler, and we just need to be reminded of that. And when he's in there with like really good performers, they could put on some classics, man. So I do love Gunther a whole lot, and I hope that he gets some of his pizzazz back, some of his aura back.
Who considers themselves number 1 finally at
Delano still says, let's hope LA Knight has a better U.S. title run. Yeah, I hope so too. That title run should have never ended. Like, he should have never dropped that title to Shinsuke. That was such a bad call. But hey, in hindsight, I guess it's always easier to say that. We got Cole. What's up, Cole? Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, have you ever been to the Cosm? Might see Mania there. No, I actually have not. I've been wanting to go to the Cosm even before WWE announced their partnership with them. I had been wanting to go because I had a friend who told me that it was a very, very cool experience, like the visual of it and getting to see, basically getting to like see everything like really up close and kind of feeling like you're there. I heard it's really cool. However, someone on Twitter did send me a screenshot of the prices, and I was kind of blown away by how expensive it is. They're charging a lot of money to go to the Cosm. I was thinking like, oh, maybe 60 to 80 bucks. No, I saw some people sharing like that the tickets were like around $300 something. And I'm thinking, okay, I get it. Your technology must be really cool, but you're not at the show, so why are you charging that kind of money? So I was a little bit thrown back by that. Like, it made me not want to go to the Cosm when I saw the prices that person screenshotted and sent me. You can obviously double check. I don't know what the prices really are, but from what I saw, I'm like, yo, that is insane. Like, you should not be charging $300 something to watch on a big screen. No way. Like, I'd rather watch at home just fine, you know? So it's kind of wild, but hopefully it's not too pricey. Cole says $189, still cheaper than $1,000 for nosebleeds. That is true. That is true. But I still think they're charging way too much. And I know it also depends on like where you're sitting and stuff. But yeah, I'm so tired of like tickets to events and stuff being so hella expensive.
In a title match. Wow. Talk about messy. This one breaking down. Perhaps now Gargano is the one with the upper hand. Titles on the line.
All right, and we are on a commercial break, but we'll keep it rolling. Obviously, we got the standard ad version, no ads here on Netflix, so we can keep things going.
And Wade Barrett, what a spectacular night.
Oh, you know what? I need to send the link to Robin so we can do the post show after this. So just a heads up, we do got a post show after this. Robin will be joining me.
DIY, the two-time tag team champions. They had that first reign that only lasted 4 weeks, and now 98
Yeah, so when Robin comes out, we'll do a post show. I imagine it's going to be a short post show because like only so much actually went down on this episode of SmackDown. I feel like this was a very this is more like house show vibes today.
Completely rushing the champs. But now the
That's literally what I think here. Cole says, yeah, especially BS for concerts. Yeah, I feel the same way, man. It's too much.
Exactly.
Lord Tone says, watching on a VPN. Yes, I am. Yes. Oh, what happened to my graphic? Oh, no. Okay. There it is. I'd probably leave this graphic on for SmackDown show. Maybe Raw, only if we get a bunch of people asking about Raw. If not, then it'll be down by next week. Because Raw is also going to be super early, too, next week. So that's going to be different. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that also don't realize that. So we'll see. And yes, Joshua, I will be live next Friday as well. I'm live Mondays I do a Raw watch along and a post show. Tuesdays, I just do the post show unless it's a special edition of NXT. And then Wednesdays, I do a watch along and a post show for Dynamite. And then SmackDown, I do a watch along and post show for SmackDown. Those are my my schedules.
Just the second time with these two.
And we're back in a minute, by the way.
Standard tag team match.
We got Adam Reidner here who says, how's it living in LA? Love Kelly. I spent some summers in San Fran with Granddad. Loved it. Oh man. Well, first of all, I love San Francisco. San Francisco is very fun. I've gone there several times. Very beautiful, a very beautiful, unique city is San Francisco. And then in terms of LA, it's home. It really, really is home to me. And so to me, LA is just LA County. I'm going to mention all of LA County because there's so much to do. But like LA County and Orange County, there's just so much going on here that you could literally just find something different to do every single day of your life. And that's what I love about being out here in California and SoCal is that there is so much to do and there's just a lot of life, you know, a lot of life. I think there are some towns that they don't feel like there's life in those towns. And this, you don't feel that. Like it's a city through and through. And that's what I love about it. But I'm more of a city person, so that's why I really enjoy living out here. But also it's all that I've known my entire life. So I feel like that's why I'm more of a city person because that's all I've known my entire life. So I've definitely gotten very, very used to it for sure. For sure. Yeah, I love San Diego too, Clown. San Diego, I've gone to San Diego several times, and it's very, very beautiful. So like, really, like just California in general, there's so many places to visit, so many different types of cities, so many beautiful cities. Like you can do a whole tour of California and get something everything's so different in every city or county. You got your national parks, you got your beaches, you got your wine valleys and all of those things and everything. There's just a lot happening out here. Jonathan says he has family out in Whittier. Yep, Whittier is a very busy city too. Bailey Darley says, is this the last match? Yeah, it's looking like it because there's only 14 minutes left. So this was not what I was expecting was going to main event the show. I actually thought that the main event was going to be Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. I thought that was going to be the main event. So the fact that this is the main event makes me feel like we might see new champions be crowned. I'm assuming only because it's in the main event spot. But the SmackDown Tag Team division for me hasn't been too riveting. So it's kind of like my least favorite thing on the show. So I feel like that's probably why I wasn't expecting it to be the main event.
Having new champions, as we told you, the #1 contenders are watching on tonight. Pretty Deadly won a triple threat a week ago.
Clown says you can see snow, then drive a couple of hours and be sitting in the sun on the beach. Yeah, that's a fact though, for real. We do have snow like up in the mountains and whatnot. We got Barry here. He says, hope the Street Profits win here. I think they might. Hey, what's up, some stalker? He says San Diego here as well. The 619 can't go wrong with SoCal in general. Facts. And what I love the most about San Diego is how breezy it is. Like you just go to San Diego and you just feel the breeze. Very, very airy. Very, very airy. I love that.
This one breaking down in a massive way. Every team hitting their nuclear missiles somehow.
Well, you go 450, you go Shatter Machine, you got counter after counter, you have intrigue, you have drama, and you have the World Championships on the line here in Barcelona.
And just when one member of the team slows down, the other picks himself up, carries on the pace.
Tez going up high with the kick. Gargano fights back. Oh, that knee up high.
Well, Ciampa is down. Ciampa is perhaps out.
Bailey Darley says this has to have something after the match. I'm thinking it's just new tag team champs, honestly.
The European tour
That's my prediction on that.
Finish tonight. This crowd here at the Olympic Arena has been on fire. Dawkins sends Ciampa into timekeeper.
Almost snapping the lower back of him.
Oh, man. But Gargano goes flying. Dawkins getting the best of it.
We got Delano here who says the problem with the tag team division is the lack of storylines and too many unnecessary tournaments for contention, build stories. Yeah, I get it. Like the story with the tag team division got very convoluted. Like even the other day when Nick Aldis was explaining it, it was just like whatever's, you know.
Ciampa down too.
Ford one.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Flying is Montez Ford.
But I think that's why they did the whole big recap from Nick Aldis. They were really just trying to, like, you know, make it all seem a little bit more interesting. He made it far more interesting than it actually is.
At the last possible second, Ciampa saves it.
We got Rusty here who predicts someone's going to interfere. The Garzas, maybe? We got Christopher Marino who says, I can see all the tag teams causing chaos leading to a four-way or something like that at Mania. Possibly.
They know they're seeing something special here. High-level stuff in Barcelona.
Well, the Street Profits pretty much just hit their best offense, and they did not get the double. What is left in the tank of Johnny Gargano?
Oh, that knee as he came out.
Perfect timing from Ciampa once again. Now interfering in the efforts of Angelo Dawkins. What the hell are you doing, Angelo?
Oh, no, and he moved out the way.
Out of the way.
That would have been cool if he landed it.
Not in his usual playbook.
And now Ciampa, who's been so disruptive on the outside, comes back to the inside, trying to line up that fairy tale ending.
With an added super kick from Gargano.
To retain the titles. Oh, no, Dawkins.
Damn, we still got 9 minutes left on SmackDown, guys. We still got 9 minutes. Let's see what we get in these last few minutes here. We got Rusty, who also agrees that the four-way ladder match at Mania would be great.
Each team has given
Bailey Darley says my match of the night is Orton versus Hayes. I actually really liked Gunther and Axiom. I thought that was pretty fun. Oh, wait, is this the finish?
Tez is
Incoming,
live
maybe?
up top. It's Montez Ford.
Oh, God, I swear he flies so high when he does that frog splash. Yep, it is. Oh, wait, and there's still 9 minutes left on the show, so there's definitely going to be something else going on. Street Profits win the titles. How many times now have they held the titles, the tag team titles? Because they've been champions multiple times.
Tag team champions.
Let's see.
4 years, 2 months to wait.
Wait, did he just say how many times they've won?
And now they are.
Shit, I missed it.
A new reign.
How much time did they say?
Here in Spain.
So they've been former one-time WWE Tag Team Champions, one-time World Tag Team Champions, one-time NXT Champions. Wow, I swore they had one more than that. I seriously swore they had one more than that, so it's 2 times. Oh shit, that's it. The show ended earlier than I was expecting it to. Okay. I was like, oh yeah, something's totally gonna happen. There's still 8 minutes left, and then that was it. That was the end of the show. Okay, well, I guess we're good on that end. Let me go ahead and wait we're going to wait for Robin, and then we'll go ahead and do this post show. So this is our review. It'll probably be a mini one, guys, since not too much happened, but we'll go ahead and get into all of that in a second. But before we do, this gives me now an opportunity. Speaking of non-PG, if you want to have a non-PG life, get yourself Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, promo code Denise. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Link in the description box below. Alrighty, guys, then we are back here and Robin is with us. What's up, Robin? How are you?
I'm good. You trying to send me a message or something? You know, right as I pop in.
Oh, you popped in right at the Blue Chew feed.
Yeah. Or should I say
a message, Robin?
I pop up.
That's hilarious. They're like, wait, what are you trying to tell me, Denise? What are you trying to tell me? All right, let me pull up the SmackDown card because I did not write anything down. So let me just pull it up really quickly because I didn't have my normal one since everything was so crazy. But all right, I guess I'm gonna have to use this one. It's a little funky, but we'll run with it. All right, let's go ahead and get right to it then. Here we go. Let's start our post show in 3, 2, 1. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the WWE SmackDown post show. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and as always, I am joined by Robin Lundberg to chat some Friday Night SmackDown. With that being said, Robin, first of all, thank you so much for being able to make it today with the time change and just like the confusion. There was a lot of people that were hopping into the watch along and they were like, what? SmackDown's on right now? What's happening? How did you feel watching SmackDown way earlier than we normally do?
You know, like I would have liked it if I didn't have a whole bunch of things I was juggling at the same time. So that made it a little bit more difficult watching part in the car and then when I get home and on the computer and all that stuff. But in general, I mean, there is a lot of benefit to it not being 11 o'clock at night. in my time when it's over. And those matinee things are nice. I mean, but the time change is very confusing. I remember, I think I said it to the audience here, but I remember when I took my son to a SmackDown in Brooklyn recently, and they did one of those double tapings because
one of
the shows was going to be overseas. And I didn't think to show up early because I'm just like, SmackDown's on at 8. We'll get there when we get there. And nope. Sure enough, they had started the first tape. We missed the first hour of the first show, So, there should be some sort of really strong communication in that regard. As far as this one goes, obviously it's just a function of the time change. But those crowds, they always add an extra oomph because I would say in many ways it's the best thing about the show.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that you mentioned that because that's what I wanted to kick off with was the Barcelona crowd was absolutely amazing from the second that the show started. You know how when all the wrestlers come in and they do their entrance, everybody, but specifically Randy Orton, the pop that he got was massive. But the way that the show started though, everybody was like, ole, 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 and dancing and jumping. It just felt like super electric in the building. And I feel like, dang, if we weren't talking about Barcelona maybe hosting a PLE, since they've been doing a lot more international PLEs, let's consider this an audition, they passed and they should get themselves a PLE because that was so freaking good. Like the way that they were the entire night, I kind of felt that they made the show, Robin. I really, really did think they made the show.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, without that crowd, very pedestrian, I would say. But the crowd brings some energy, and they appreciate the performances and getting to see something they're not seeing all the time. And some of this is awesome chants are coming in. It was a lot of like fight feuds, like a lot of all right, WrestleMania's coming soon, so these two don't like each other. Fight a lot of that on the show, but the crowd really definitely sent it home from Braun Strowman at the beginning to what took place at the end.
I feel you, man. I feel you. All right, we got a couple of super chats here. Let's go ahead and get right into them here. We got Sheldon Jackson who says the Profits haven't been tag champs since they lost their titles at to the Dirty Dogs on January 8th, 2021 on SmackDown in the Thunderdome. It's so funny because to me, the Thunderdome era, I just like erased that from my entire memory. But let's go ahead and kick things off there because that's how we closed out the show with brand new tag team champions in the Street Profits, and they defeated DIY in the main event. And this was a fun match, of course. It wasn't anything that you haven't already seen before in terms of like the match type, but it was still a good performance. And man, I swear to God, every single time I see Montez Ford hit that frog splash, I swear to God, he's going even higher each and every single time. But the Street Profits, Robin, have been in this interesting position where like they tried to do something new with them a while ago with Bobby Lashley, and it didn't really go anywhere. And since then, they can't seem to break out of being the same exact Street Profits that we have known and loved for quite some time. But for the most part, though, they are really the same team that we've seen forever. So do you feel excited about seeing the Street Profits win the tag team titles? How are you feeling on that end?
Yeah, look, if I think the overall tag team angle has been lukewarm just because nobody's really stuck out. Nobody's really like planted their flag and felt like, okay, this is the next thing. But if you were telling me I had to hitch my ride to any of the horses involved, it would be the Street Profits. And that's a good note from Sheldon because I didn't realize it had been that long, but I guess it makes sense when you think about it in those terms. And I think, Dawkins has improved over the years. And Ford was one of those guys who you once thought was on the precipice of jumping to that next level. So good opportunity for them. And really, this is probably going to be their make or break moment as far as to whether they do break through that glass ceiling and become more than, a nice tag team in the rotation and legitimate stars in the company.
Yeah, man, I thought they were going to separate them to become single stars like forever ago. And every time I thought it was coming and I was so sure of it, and then nothing ended up going from that. And I think for me, like I was kind of talking about this in the watch along, but I wasn't even expecting this to be the main event, to be honest, because I actually thought that the main event was going to be Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton, only because I considered that, like a pretty, big matchup there. But I think for me, what it has been is that I don't really care for the stories that they're telling in the SmackDown tag team division. And a couple of weeks ago, Robin, we had freaking Adam Pearce. I'm sorry, Nick Aldis. We had Nick Aldis basically like run through the entire, story with all the tag teams and how everyone is sort of connected with each other, and it did the whiteboard thing. And it was a really fun segment. I got to give them to that.
Yeah.
But had they not done that, it wouldn't have even been like, I didn't even realize, like, okay, yeah, we've been seeing these little bits here and there, but it just feels like it's filler on the show. It doesn't feel like a big part of the show. And so for me, what I want to see from the tag team division is I just want the tag team division to feel more exciting. That is what it's lacking right now. And I know right now people are excited because we're seeing new tag team champions. I feel like there's always excitement in the air whenever belts change hands, but I also fear that we're going to go back to the exact same thing. Like there really doesn't feel like there's anything too massive of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the third hour, right? Like it's kind of like,
yes.
oh, we've got another hour. Here's some tag team matches for you. I mean, it's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, and everybody has just kind of, again, no one has made their mark. No one has been like, oh, what did they just say? Oh, and the Street Profits are the best chance at that. So I think that's the right move to put the belts on them. We'll see what they can do with it, but they need something beyond just, oh, we're going to run it back with DIY. We're going to run it back, with the machine guns, whoever else is there. There needs to be some sort of spice, some sort of sauce or sizzle involved.
Exactly. Throw some habanero in there. That's stuck in my head after Piper's segment with Zelina. But anyways, before we get to all of that, though, I do want to talk about something that does have me excited on this show, because I believe we had a Rey Fénix teaser on the show. And obviously we're all, we know that Rey Fénix is done with AEW. We know that things kind of got a little ugly with the breakup of Rey Fénix and Penta and AEW and all of that. Clearly Penta's been in the company and he's been killing it, but we've been waiting and seeing when Rey Fénix is going to come. And from the looks of it, today was the first time they teased it. Is that what you also gathered in the teaser, that it was also Rey Fénix? Because I'm like, that feels like that was, a Rey Fénix teaser for sure.
It felt that way, and then everyone said it, so
You're like, okay, good, reconfirmed my feelings.
Yeah, it got that confirmation bias going. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Penta. I mean, think about how good a job they've done in a short period of time there, where he feels like he matters, got a little bit of aura, a little bit of presence, got a big, Raw Netflix debut and all that. So it feels like they're taking it seriously, and they're viewing it as an opportunity, not just like, something to bolster the roster.
Yes. So now I did get a couple of comments from people, Robin, and I'm curious to see your perspective on this, because there are people that want to keep Penta and Rey Fénix sort of apart. Like they don't want to see them together. And I've been seeing quite a few people say that. And I think my assumption was that when Fénix came in, that he would be automatically paired with Penta and that they would reignite the Lucha Brothers on WWE TV. That's what I thought was going to go down. Do you think that this is going to be an act that is kept separately, or do you want to see them sort of go to being the Lucha Brothers and doing the thing that, we last saw them do?
Yeah, the latter, for two reasons. One, there are people who are familiar with it, right? So they're going to be like, oh, there it is. And perhaps that's why they're hesitant for it not to be the case. I'm sure it's the people most familiar. But then you also have to remember, there's a big audience who doesn't know who they are, who is being introduced to them for the first time. And obviously look and background and all those things make it make sense if it were to happen. So I think you both satiate the people who are going, oh, these guys came from AEW. I get it, right? And it's just a natural pairing for an audience who's being introduced to them for the first time. So I'm not sure why they would go in another direction unless they have something very specifically unique planned for one or the other.
I'm wondering if because the teaser was on SmackDown, that means Rey Fénix is going to SmackDown then. That's the other thing. So then you got Penta on Raw, and you got Rey doing the teaser on SmackDown. So I'm wondering if they are only keeping it on SmackDown.
I mean, you might be right. Yeah, that's a fair point for sure. And maybe that's the complete opposite of what I just said. which is
No, I don't know. I was just thinking about it because I want to see them together. Like, I want
Yeah.
to see them together as the Lucha Brothers. So I'm with you on that. When I saw people saying that they wanted them separately, I'm like, but have you seen them together?
Yeah.
Because to me, I think Rey Fenix is a far better performer than Penta. And so I see Rey Fenix as the person who just kind of makes the act even more exciting. So that's why, to me, I'm like, shit, let's reignite the Lucha Brothers. Like, we're talking about how the tag team division is a little bit stale. If you reignite, if you bring in the Lucha Brothers, they're going to light this freaking division on fire. I mean, they'll probably run out of people to face, but they'll still light the division on fire while the matches are fresh. But I also do understand why people want to see them separately because, like I said, they're both really great performers. And there's a lot of fresh matchups that you can do. And there's a little bit more fun to be had when, there's more opponents and people that they can work with, right? Because again, the tag team division is only going to get you so much at the moment. So I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to see what they do here. But I think just based off of this, maybe just airing on SmackDown, we'll see if it airs on Raw. I don't know. I guess that's kind of my assumption right now is that they might have them on separate brands. That's my assumption.
Was it branded SmackDown at all? It wasn't branded SmackDown at all, right? Like,
no, like it didn't say like, coming to SmackDown or
SmackDown.
Anything like that. I'm just assuming. I don't
Sure.
know. Maybe they'll play the teaser on Raw and then that argument will be thrown out the window.
No, but I get it. And you could also make the argument that Penta's been established as an individual already, so he doesn't need that, and it gives Raw, and SmackDown each their own individual, piece to play with.
Right. And now we did have another teaser, and this one I'm not entirely too sure what it technically means. We had a little bit of, people throwing some theories out, but it was basically a video of a black background with some smoke and the number 4. All right. And my first thought was 420. What? What are they doing? What does this mean? I don't know what that means. A lot of people in the chat were throwing out Malachi Black, as we know, as another person who is, out there in the ether. Maybe he'll come in. I don't know. So you have him. There's Miro. However, that doesn't really feel like it matches Miro's persona. So I don't think so. So I'm like, all right, I've got nothing. I've got 420 and I got Aleister Black. I don't got anything else to give.
Wyatt
any other series out there?
Again, I mean, when's the last time the Wyatts were on TV?
I mean, they're kind of like sporadically on, and they've been doing that whole mainly the glitching and the
It's
stuff.
glitchy
with Alexa
thing, so
Bliss.
yeah, it's not the same.
But what does the 4 have to do with them if they're 6?
It doesn't. I'm just trying to stricken from the record.
Scratch that from the record. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what that technically meant. So I'm just gonna say the best prediction or assumption that we can make is that it had to do with Aleister Black. Because I don't know what else the 4 would stand for. But I don't know what does the 4 stand for with Aleister Black?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know what the 4 stands for, period.
Everyone's predicting that maybe it means 4 weeks.
Oh.
Okay, that could be a thing. 4 weeks. Sure. Okay, well, we'll figure that one out. So if anybody has any great theories, please send them in. We had some funny ones on the chat. People were like 420 RVD. I'm like, that's all we were like, just making 420 jokes or whatever, right? Okay, let's keep it going. So we do have let's see, what should we get into? Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman appears on the show today. And of course, on Monday Night Raw, we had a banger of an ending. Not only did we have an incredible steel cage match with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, but we had Roman Reigns essentially come out and attack both Seth Rollins and CM Punk, which is leading a lot of people, including myself, to believe that they are doing a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Of course, that has not been made official yet, but that is where everybody's assumptions lie. And so Paul Heyman just goes out there. And Paul Heyman, it was so funny because he basically said that Roman Reigns wasn't going to be on the show this week and he is going to be on the next 2 weeks. And then he tells everybody, you can go buy an airline ticket. It's not like you have Mussolini here to stop you. And I'm like, damn, Paul Heyman just went all in on that. How'd you feel about Paul Heyman's promo? It was pretty brief.
Yeah. Look, Paul's great at that, but it's almost rubbing it in that Roman Reigns isn't there because one of the things about Raw, you're watching the end of Raw, it's hilarious how McAfee and Cole tried to pretend like they didn't know nothing was going on when the crowd got so loud for Roman coming in.
Oh, yes, because the camera
they didn't
wasn't
say
on him
anything until
yet.
after he pulled him out of the cage, when clearly like something's going on, bro. It's getting real, but it just shows you the impact Roman can have in an instant and how big a deal he feels like. So, I mean, teasing ahead, sure. And then Paul Heyman, is as good as it gets on the stick. Plus, they're doing video game promotion, right? Like I heard you had a foray with WWE 2K25.
Oh my gosh, yes. I posted a gameplay video and everyone loved it. I was so surprised because I thought it was awful, but everyone loved the video and it was so fun to actually just play the game. So if you haven't checked out the video, check out my WWE 2K25 gameplay video. It's up here on the channel.
That's what's happening over here right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's got 17 hours of gameplay so far.
Ooh, oh shit, already?
Yeah.
Damn.
Set his alarm
just
for
like
6
1
a.m.
hour.
When it was downloading to the system, he set his alarm for 6 a.m. the next day to wake up and play. So,
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. All right, let's see where we're at. Another moment that I really loved on today's show. This was actually very, very fun. It was Gunther defeating Axiom. This was very, very cool because obviously they had said, Axiom is a native from Spain. So that was I think they said he's the first native from Spain to be hired from WWE. I think that's what commentary said. And so he goes out there and he gets a massive reaction, Robin. Everybody is just like loving every little thing that is done. I mean, we see a drop kick and everybody was like, wow, like going super crazy for Axiom. And I love this match because, Gunther and Axiom could not be more polar opposite in the ring. You got Gunther, who's like uber hard hitting, and you got Axiom, who's known for the flashy high aerial maneuvers and whatnot. And so you got this really fun combination, but essentially, Gunther hits him with a power bomb and a clothesline and another final power bomb to eventually defeat him. So this was a fun matchup. I think this was my favorite match of the night.
yeah, well, here's the thing about the crowd there, too. I mean, to circle back to the beginning when we were talking about how important the crowd was, that match, as much as it was a great match and great for anybody who's watching, that's one of those things that only the people in the building ever get to experience, right? Like it is really a match made for that specific crowd. So you're going to get pumped. You're going to feel that way because I think you understand that. You internalize that as it's happening. All right, this is for us, right? Like this is for us in this moment to celebrate, the SmackDown is here. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, look, it's almost impossible for Gunther to have a bad match. He's about as good as it gets. And the contrast in styles works. And, the way that Gunther can continue his march, as you want to put it, or however you want to put it, toward WrestleMania and that matchup with Jey Uso. But it was just another, add to his total, but while also hat tipping the crowd.
He also had a backstage moment with Jimmy Uso and kind of talked about, beating his brother. And Jimmy Uso just basically said, that's not going to happen. Like, my brother's going to beat you. And that was the end of that. But I like this, though, because Jay had said that a lot of people didn't believe in him, but a lot of people do believe in him. And Jimmy's one of them. So there you go. Any thoughts on that? Or were you just like, cool?
Well, I mean, Jimmy came out to challenge for the U.S. title at the beginning, right? I mean, it led into something else, but maybe they are thinking, he did. I think he called it the U.S. tag title by accident, so.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. But maybe we are getting that page turn for Big Jim to come into his own as a single star.
He's been needing that. He's been lacking a little bit of, like, we're talking about, like, lacking, some sort of buzz. Like, I feel like Jimmy just hasn't had the same kind of, when he walks into the room, it's not the same kind of vibe that you get when Jey Uso walks into the room. We got David Primero here who says, I want Tiffany to snatch Charlotte bald at WrestleMania. What? All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton stuff because there was quite a bit here. So we had a match with Charlotte Flair and B-Fab. And after Charlotte Flair defeated B-Fab, made her tag to the figure eight, it was just insane bananas brawl between Tiffany and Charlotte. And I was so thrilled about this, Robin, because for the last couple of weeks, all it has been is Charlotte attacking Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany Stratton has not had a moment to, like, get her shine against Charlotte Flair at all. And so she finally runs out there, right? And they start this brawl, but it's quickly broken up by like 1,000 security guards. Like 1,000 security guards go out there. And I'm laughing because the last couple of weeks, no security guards, nobody has came out when Charlotte was attacking Tiffany. Like no one did anything. She was just laid out there. Nothing happened. But this time, now that Tiffany finally has a moment, all the security guards come out. But this led to a brawl that continued for a while, even after a commercial break. We were supposed to get into the Miz stuff with Cody Rhodes, and they still continued the brawl. The cool moments in this was when Tiffany did a moonsault onto the security guards off the top rope, and then afterwards she did a swanton off the top of the stage again to the security and to Charlotte. Those were the coolest moments, but I really thought they needed this, Robin, because right now this story has not felt super hot, and people have been kind of down about constantly seeing Charlotte standing over Tiffany Stratton. They needed to do something like this.
Yeah, I agree. I thought Tiffany got her moment there. I thought it built up the intensity of their rivalry, but it also is a little bit of a peek into the fact that I think the match is almost destined to succeed, right? It's almost one of those ones where you would like the build to maybe be better, and perhaps it will, because there's still time to play with, and they really just got started. And Charlotte Flair has had no interaction with Tiffany Stratton in her entire career before just now. Like this is brand new, but I think just even the visuals of them going at it even a little bit lets you remember, okay, this is why we wanted to see this match, because it was what they were going to do physically, not really what they were going to do on the build. The other matches are going to have more of that, I think, but I'm with you. I think that was the best that they did in amping up the anticipation, and it also wet the palate a little bit for the physicality that's going to come, and some of the moves that obviously Tiffany Stratton's going to pull off, and the experience of Charlotte Flair, how she's going to counter that. And there's going to be just lots of good spots and sets in that match for sure.
I hope so too, man. I'm saying it, Blondie Mania. That's the way that I've been seeing it. The funny part in this, Robin, there was a moment during the brawl, and I don't know if this happened to you or any of our listeners, but there was a moment where I'm like, which one's which? Because when all the security guards were there, all I saw was blonde hair.
Were they wearing the same clothes? Yeah.
They had different colors. Like Charlotte was wearing pink today. I think Tiffany was wearing like a silver, shiny. I forgot what color she was wearing. But from when all the security guards were blocking their wardrobe, and like I couldn't see who was who. I was just seeing blonde hair.
Yeah, no. I made a mental note of it, like the same thing. I couldn't really. It looked like they were fighting their doppelganger.
Right, exactly. So that was so much fun. I think they needed to do this again to just spice things up a whole lot here. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. We had Randy Orton defeat Carmelo Hayes by pinfall after an RKO. A fun matchup here. He had, kept trying to block the RKO, but eventually, Randy did get it. So that was a real cool moment. But here's the thing, though, is that afterwards, even after the match, he gave him another RKO. That was really fun to see. But then Kevin Owens came out and tried to pulled Carmelo Hayes to safety, but we ended up seeing Randy go after Kevin Owens after this, but he ended up escaping Kevin Owens. So this was fun. I thought the match was good with Randy and Carmelo. Randy and KO having their little fight afterwards. I thought that was good. The reactions that Randy got tonight, Robin, I really think he got some of the best reactions out of anybody. Like Spain loves Randy. That was the big message that I took from today's show.
Well, they're singing the song, right? And you have to remember the RKO is also like a performer in its own right. It's an extra character, and they did a really good job with the RKO in that match. Both Carmelo taking it and it coming out of nowhere, as it is prone to do. The RKO as a penchant for coming out of nowhere. But overall, I think that probably was the highlight of the show. I think Randy's entrance to me and that RKO. The Gunther Axiom bit was cool, but I think that was the thing that got the most universal sort of love in the building.
Dude, it was thick. And even it's funny because I feel like now every time you say RKO, we got to say out of nowhere. Like you've got to add that out of nowhere now. So that's the other thing there. But yeah, that was fun to see. So good stuff there. All right, let me go ahead and continue on. Let me see. We had Damian Priest defeat Shinsuke. Oh, I'm sorry. He defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, but it was via DQ because Drew McIntyre came in and attacked Damian Priest. Part of me was like, I kind of wanted to see Damian Priest get the win over Shinsuke Nakamura because one, I don't like DQs ever. And I think that Drew McIntyre could have attacked him afterwards. Cool. That could have been fine. But it's Drew McIntyre, so I'm not going to really complain. But the big conversation here has been, is Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest a hot enough feud going into WrestleMania? Drew McIntyre did a video package today where they were sort of recapping how Damian Priest screwed him at WrestleMania last year and all the shit that Damian Priest has done. And Drew McIntyre is now planning on making his life a living hell. And he did so because immediately after, not only did he ruin his match and cause a DQ, but also he attacked him afterwards a whole lot and then even told him he was going to make his life a living hell. So I feel like I know like a lot of people aren't really feeling this feud at the moment, but the way that I equate this, Robin, is that I see Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest as two guys that have been at the top before. And while Drew McIntyre does have a lot more, I would say, popularity in comparison right now to Damian Priest, I do think that both of these guys may be going into this match with a chip in the shoulder, something to prove. And that's why I think this feud could become something really special, especially given the fact that right now, Drew McIntyre ain't missing on anything. He is hitting the mark on absolutely everything. He made that CM Punk feud, man. And now doing this whole thing with Damian Priest, I think he'll make it into something good and make it into something better than some people might not have expected. And as for Damian Priest, he's a former world heavyweight champion. You don't think he wants to be back in that, realm of where he was at that moment? Because I personally felt that Damian Priest was more popular during that time, in particular because he was doing the Terror Twin stuff with Rhea Ripley around that time. And I feel like the association, the rub from Rhea Ripley kind of helped Damian Priest get a little bit more popular.
Yeah, look, if this was hotter, it would be a main event of WrestleMania, right? Like, I mean, not everything, not that those two together would main event WrestleMania. My point is, not every match can be the top of the card. You got 2 nights of WrestleMania. They have to fill up the card. I don't want to call it filler. Right now, it kind of feels that way, but it has better potential than that for all the reasons you just mentioned. Drew McIntyre's hot. Damian Priest has come a long way. I mean, I'll still give Damian Priest a lot of credit for the Bad Bunny match. I don't want to ever forget that one because that was such a great match, and he's obviously the pro in that scenario. But if you're looking at it in the most healthy way, like you just said, the motivation, the chip on the shoulder, 2 guys who want to get back up another level, and 2 guys who want to prove that, they should have been maybe in a more prominent spot, perhaps for WrestleMania also. Best way to do that is having the best possible feud and the best possible match. So I'll give it some time to build, and I think it'll have a nice spot on the card. But again, there's a reason we're talking about Cody and Cena and Roman and Punk and Seth and Bianca and Rhea and Io Sky and Charlotte and Tiffany. I mean, there's a bunch of matches on the card. Jay and Gunther, that they're not all going to headline. And part of making a successful WrestleMania is to get some of those undercard or mid-card matches to hit.
I think I have a hot take. I'm not sure if it's a hot take, but I'm going to say it. As it stands right now, at this moment, I'm far more interested in Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre than I am Gunther and Jay.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
I know. But what can I say? I'm sorry. I just really like Drew McIntyre, and I like him more than, I really like Drew McIntyre. He's hella interesting to me.
No, look, he's had an incredible transformation and run as well. I really like forgetting the Jay aspect of it. And I like the story beats to the Jay Gunther thing, that he can't beat him, and he's going to have to really have that Rocky sort of moment. But one of the things that's going to be interesting is how the card gets structured, right? Because what's going to, I'm of the belief, if you're not closing the show, you want to open the show. So which matches are going to headline WrestleMania? We know one of them is a lock. I'm feeling that the the one involving Roman Reigns is going to be the other one, to be honest. And then therefore, how do you open each night too, which is going to be intriguing.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because right now, I think we've seen what they are doing with Gunther and Jay, and it hasn't been anything new. I think they need to find a way to make the story feel a little bit different and just amplify it a lot more. And I feel like right now with Priest and Drew, there's at least a potential of like, hey, all right, this is different. Where can we go with this? We have seen Drew do a lot of really good storytelling in the last, like even just the last year alone. So that's why I kind of have some faith in this. I have some faith in this story, and I think it can go somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. Where does it go? You know, whoever emerges victorious, what was the point of it when it's done? Rather than just to check a box on the card.
Facts. You know, it's crazy because we have some people that are like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then we have some people in the chat going, see it. And then we got some people saying they don't care about either. So we're all over the place here. All right. With that being said, we got another super chat. This is actually a very generous super chat from John Taylor. So thank you so much to John. He says, I was trying to think of a way to make the 4 things something funny, but failed. So I'll just use this super chat to say that I appreciate Robin taking the time out of his day to do an early post show. And Denise, I guess. I know. I'm always here. But no, seriously, Robin, I was telling everybody during the watch along about that you teach basketball. And so obviously you can't just like, you know, drop that at the drop of the hat, you know, you got to obviously honor your commitments. So the fact that you still made it here, I was thrilled. I was like, okay, great. Like I wasn't going to rush you or force you because I know that it's a big change to make during the day, especially when you got other things going on. So thank you so much for making the time to be able to still do the post show and catch up on a 3-hour SmackDown.
Yeah, look, I try hard. No one can ever tell me
I try hard.
No one can ever tell me I don't try hard.
I love that. Thank you so much, John. We got Jimmy Jimenez here. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for the super chat. I didn't write a message, but still thank you so much for sending this in. Much appreciated, Jimmy. All right, with that being said, let's keep it moving. Let me see what else we got here that we got to get into. All right, where did I leave off? Sorry, guys. I'm not using my normal notes that I normally use. So I'm using a different website today because normally what I do is I follow the TV report so that I won't have to actually do notes myself, but that's where we're at. All right. Oh, earlier I had mentioned the Miz TV because it gotten interrupted by the Charlotte Flair Tiffany Stratton situation, and Cody Rhodes comes out because he's the guest for the Miz, and Cody just basically goes out there and takes out Miz. Like they don't ever get into an interview or anything like that, and Cody Rhodes just basically goes off and reminds us that they're gonna have the segment next week with him and John Cena, or at least that they're gonna be in the same place at the same time next week. John Cena will be on the show. Now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, this show. Not only did they find out they're not getting Roman Reigns, but also next week on Raw, John Cena is gonna be on. Like they were just being told all these people aren't going to be here, but they'll be on the following shows. But anyway, so yeah, so that was basically it. John Cena, Cody Rhodes mentions John Cena and that they're going to be doing the Raw segment. Anything stood out to you in this?
No, I mean, this is just a slow burn. Because I mean, when did the heel turn happen now? 2 weeks ago?
It's crazy. It's been like what, 12, 14 days, maybe?
Yeah. And they have not followed up on that yet. I mean, obviously, it's been the sort of underlying theme of everything that's happened since and the discussion point, but there hasn't been the direct follow-up yet. So in a way, it kind of builds the anticipation, right? Like you could say, oh, I wish it had happened right after on the Raw right after, but there is something to the fact that it's drawn out a little bit and you're like, all right, come on. You know, what is John Cena going to say? What's his character going to look like? How is Cody going to respond? What's The Rock's ultimate, end game and all that? These are all questions we need the answers to, Denise.
Because when you think about it, there's only so much that Cody can say right now. He already said everything he needed to say in his first promo back on SmackDown. What else is he going to say from there? You need that banter. You need that moment for John Cena to go out there and say what he needs to say. If he'll even say anything, who knows? Maybe he might not even say anything. What if he drops the mic just like he did at the press conference and he does the same thing on Raw? I mean, that would kind of suck, but hey, it could happen, right? And so Cody Rhodes basically saying like, he can't say anything until John Cena goes out there. So we're not going to move any forward until John gets out there. So that's the big thing to look forward to for that. But yeah, this was fine. The other thing that we need to get into is finally someone we did hear from, and that is Jade Cargill. She had a sit-down interview with Kathy Kelly, and basically she kind of recounted how she got hit in the head, she got thrown in a car, and when she was laying there, she did catch Naomi and realized that it was Naomi who was doing that. And she said she was so basically irritated when she was at home watching Naomi reap all of these rewards and these benefits of taking her out by partnering up with Bianca Belair. And that's why she said she felt she had to do something, because she did not like that. And this sit-down interview was interrupted by Raquel and Liv Morgan, who had been sort of taking before Elimination Chamber, they were taking all of the blame for the attack, and people thought that it was them. And so they're still mad about that. And it kind of feels like, to me, it kind of feels like they shouldn't even be that big of a part of the story anymore. I get why they're still mad, so I like that, but I think we're going to have to speed this up. Like after the Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill match next week, I kind of want to see them sort of move out of this story, because they're no longer should be involved, and move out into something else.
I like it. I mean, I think Liv has really capitalized on her run. Obviously, Naomi, this gives her a whole new arc to play with. Jade, it gives her something to sink her teeth into, her first feud, probably her first WrestleMania match, if I'm guessing, right? And most importantly, I'm most interested in the Bianca Belair aspect of it, because it still feels, I'm not saying she's turning or anything, but it feels like there's got to be an impact on her character. Even in Jade's interview there, where she said, and then I saw Bianca teaming up with Naomi like nothing happened. Wait a second. Well, if she's to tell the truth, she knew nothing had happened, right? Like, or she didn't know anything happened. So what does it matter? And yes, I get it, it's Jade's inner monologue, but point being, and Naomi obviously caught Bianca by surprise when she told her about it the other day. I'm most intrigued by this storyline to see where Bianca winds up at the end of it, because she's kind of run the same character her entire time in WWE, and it's worked. I mean, she's the closest to a John Cena of this modern era, and a female version of that kind of beloved figure. But this is her chance to have a few layers, I think, at it.
I think a lot of people feel the same way that you do, Robin. Everybody that I've seen on social media talking about this feud, they all want to see Bianca turn heel. Everybody. And so I'm not surprised if they do decide to go down that direction at some point in this story, because given that how many people want to see it, I think they might actually pivot and make that call. So I can see them going and like maybe altering some of their plans and making that happen. But we got CJ here who says, what's Liv's past to Mania? Tag team titles match? I mean, given that they're tag team champions, I'm going to assume so, because I doubt that she wouldn't be doing something at WrestleMania. It kind of sucks though, because it doesn't feel too big as a big thing for Liv Morgan, given the year that she's had. She's also somebody where I'm like, she should probably be doing something a lot bigger at WrestleMania.
But it's big being on the WrestleMania card.
That's true. That is true.
You probably don't get, you don't get that many of them. Most folks don't get that many of them to be on the WrestleMania card at all. And it goes back to the point I was just saying. Okay, you can want bigger things for everybody, but that means there are smaller things for some people. And, you gotta go to the ones that are hottest at this very moment. I think Liv has probably had one of the biggest rises in the industry in the last
she had
years.
The biggest rise in 2024. Like where she was at to where she ended up was a huge growth for her. She became a star. And I know she was already popular before, but no, this last year, she really became a star.
Yeah. And I thought she had a great performance in the Elimination Chamber match. So as long as it's booked, it makes sense. And I think threading them in what could be the most interesting story now still works, in my opinion. And it's just hard. Okay, if Liv's in, what are you knocking down a peg? Because even as is, the women's championship match that looks like it's about to be set is probably not main eventing one of the nights, and it has a case to do so. Tiffany and Charlotte is probably not main eventing one of the nights, and it has a case to do so. So it's just, there ain't that many spots. So I would say, just like my point with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest is, you're on the WrestleMania card, make the most of being on the WrestleMania card and make your match stick out when it could just seem like, one to kind of fill some time.
I get it. We got Jimmy Jimenez here who says tomorrow at House of Glory? Monet goes for a 5th bout. Bane, she get it. So I know that Mercedes, I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly what Mercedes is doing at the show. I haven't seen that, but she is doing the belt collector gimmick. So any chance that anytime she's going up for a bout, she's getting it, guys. Like, she's getting it. No matter what bout she's going up for, what promotion, she's definitely getting it. And then as for Megan Bayne, I don't know. So is it going to be, are they doing Mercedes? Sorry, I'm not entirely too sure. Let me double check that because I don't want to give the, wrong thing. So let me just see what the situation is here. All right, let me see. Okay, so yeah, she is going to be on there, but I don't know is she wrestling? What is happening there? On that match. I just saw that she's actually going to be on the show. Apparently, she haven't been there in 13 years. 13 years, and she's making her return to House of Glory in 13 years. That's kind of wild. Very, very wild. All right, so I'm going to have to follow up on that. I think so. But regardless, if Mercedes, whoever she's facing, she's winning. Like, whoever she's facing, she's getting the win, guys. All right. So with that being said, let me get caught up here on everything else that we got on the show. And the other items that we have to get to is we did kick off the show, by the way, with LA Knight. He went out there and this ended up with a 6-man tag team match that we got here. And this was actually a pretty fun one too, by the way. So we ended up seeing, of course, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu take on LA Knight and Braun Strowman and Jimmy Uso. So that was the 6-man that we got there. And this was this to me kind of felt like a fun little house show match. It felt a little random, but because of the pace that they kept working at this entire match, I felt like they set a really good tone. One of the things that I noticed was that obviously this being the first thing that we saw in the show, they were really feeding off the crowd's energy, man. And the way that the show started with like the crowd losing their shit, I just felt like we saw it the whole way through. I was watching during the commercial breaks, and you know how you can tell when you're on a commercial break match and the match kind of dies down a little bit? There was moments in this where I didn't even notice we were on a commercial break because they kept the pacing of the matchup pretty much moving the entire way through. And then Braun Strowman got the win for his team. And then afterwards, they continued the fight. And there was even a moment where we saw Braun Strowman take out all 3 guys back to back to back. And then Jacob Fatu did then put Braun Strowman through the barricade. So that was another big thing. And then later on the show, all 3 guys Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Solo Sikoa had a backstage moment, and it looks like Jacob Fatu is like the new leader, by the way, of the Bloodline. He's the one standing dead in the center. He's the one having the big matches. He's the one that it feels like he's going to be holding gold soon. I don't know when, but they need to make it happen. But it just feels like he is the leader right now. I mean, I know they haven't said it, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, he's the hottest dude in the company right now when it comes to like being homegrown. Well, not homegrown as far as he was in other places, but a developed talent, right? Like so many of the other guys that are on the big names have been around the block or have made a name for themselves for, a minute now. Of the people who are relatively new, he feels like he's becoming a big deal faster than everybody else. And I like the Jimmy LA Knight tease of a U.S. title match. So maybe Jimmy's got something to do. Braun Strowman gets the win. But then, I mean, poor Braun Strowman must have like PTSD about any interaction with Jacob Fatu because he's getting his bell rung and his head caved in every time they're in the same ring together. But yeah, it's a matter of when, not if, the big Jacob Fatu coronation happens, both, family wise, metaphorically as the champ, and then obviously literally as a champion in WWE. He's getting better and better on the mic all the time too. That certain chaotic energy that he presents, and they're doing everything they can to tell you this guy is a badass.
Yeah, and it's working. It's definitely working. Next week's show is actually looking like a good one, too, for SmackDown. Roman Reigns will be appearing. Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan. Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven. And then Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. Oh, and the Zelina Vega Piper Niven match was made during a backstage segment when Zelina Vega confronted Chelsea, and Piper told her to calm down and referred to her as habanero. I thought that was really funny. So, yeah, next week's card's looking pretty damn good. I think it might be a better SmackDown next week than it was this week, because this week was fine, but it wasn't anything too wild. We do got a super chat here from David Primero, who says if Bianca loses at WrestleMania because of Rhea or Naomi, Jade, she'll definitely turn heel and go crazy. That would put her as a heel on another level. It can happen. It 100% can happen. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Thank you so much to David Primero for sending in a prediction. And I think that's it, Robin. We did it. Our first early SmackDown show, but we got through it. Robin, as always, please tell the people where they can support you and check out your work and everything.
Yeah, Robin Lundberg Show over on YouTube. I also run a women's basketball website, Women's Fast Break on SI. And you and I will be on Busted Open tomorrow morning together.
Tomorrow morning, bright and early. So if you guys want to check out the show, please do so. As for me, I've been posting daily videos here on the channel. Make sure you guys go back, check out some of those out. I talked about the WWE 2K25 gameplay. That's the video I posted yesterday. Check that one out. Stephanie Vaquera interview did really, really well. I think it's at 20K views now, so check that one out too. Lots of Queen of the Ring videos that also went up. So check all of that stuff out. Subscribe to the channel, and I will be back once again on Monday for an early stream of Monday Night Raw. So again, Raws and SmackDowns for the next couple of weeks for the rest of this month will be at early start time. So just so that everyone knows. Alrighty, everyone. That's a wrap for us today. Thank you guys so much and have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Yeet.